Welcome, WAPM crew. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a rocky mountain high, get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners, and settle down snugly at mile marker 420 in colorful Colorado. It is Sunday, October 31st, Monday, November 1st for those of you across the pond and beyond. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, and happy Halloween. I hope you guys have had an awesome Halloween so far, and I'm so glad you can join us. Welcome to our Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. I hope you guys have had an awesome Halloween weekend so far. We've had some crazy shenanigans going on here. My poor little kitty cat, my familia, Lily, got sick today, so she didn't even get to go trick-or-treating. I feel so bad for her. I went out to check on her a minute ago, and she was sleeping, so hopefully that'll do her well. And I think she's got a little of what her brother had the other day, because they have some of the same symptoms. So if you're listening to us live tonight, you're listening to us on Spreaker.com, which you can find us under We Are Paradox Media. And you can also find us on KPNL Radio, which you can find at kpnl-gb.com. Make sure you go and follow us on your free time, or if you're working, you need something interesting to listen to, you can find us once again on Spreaker, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, CastBox, Tumblr, SoundCloud, TuneIn Radio, Deezer, Podcast Addict, and Podcast Chaser. Make sure you go and follow and like us on YouTube and tickle that little bell so that way anytime we have a new show coming up, which is every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, I'll let you know. But make sure you follow us and like us on Facebook and Twitter as well. Holy schnackies, I forgot totally about my StreamYard over here. Well then, let me see if I can start this one real quick. So, we're going to try StreamYard this evening. Hopefully, it works out. Right now, it's like it's muted. I can unmute, start the cam. I'm not sure what the heck's going on with that. I'll kind of fiddle with that here a little later. But tonight we're doing the Halloween costume party free-for-all, and there were supposed to be a whole gripload of people. But I'm excited because I haven't got to hang out with my buddy Rick Kirkby for a while, and he is actually here this evening. So Rick, welcome, and thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'm sorry about the whole noise on my microphone here. I don't know. That's the first time I've heard it, so maybe it could be just... Did you hear about that solar flare today? I guess we had a major solar flare today. Let me look that up really quick.
No, I didn't hear about that. Good evening to everyone across the pond. Really good morning for all of us this side in the UK. I didn't see the solar flare news.
Yeah, it says, okay, so this is no ordinary Halloween. Tonight, the Day of the Dead collide with a rare giant solar flare, and all align with Mars entering Scorpio, the sign of mysteries. This is a night of true, raw, and unpredictable magic. Be careful and be kind to others, for the spirits walk amongst us. Spirits are here, and they listen. What will you ask for?
That my audio is perfect, unlike somebody's.
Right?
Blind the software audio.
I'm sorry you're hearing the noise. There's Dennis in the chat room. I thought you were going to come into the party with us, and you were going to be the Reaper. What are you doing over there in the chat room? I think you're lost. And as far as this goes, it's like this farted. It's kind of like that, huh? So what have you been up to since we last spoke? I know you were talking about something that the paranormal forums that we did. I'm not sure if you wanted to go back on that, but let us know what you've been doing in the meantime before we get there.
Essentially, it's been a little bit of a stressful time moving, although it took about nearly 5 months for everything to go through and then finally move to the new place. And then I was without the internet for quite a long time. And as you know, the health was a little bit up and down, and I've missed quite a few forums, unfortunately. It's good to be back in the fold. I've managed to locate the box with my ITC equipment in, so hopefully I'll be doing plenty more experiments very soon, and hopefully good collab with someone in the UK if that comes off, and perhaps maybe even doing a bit of a podcast that'll touch on the paranormal, but also various other topics, not just solely that. Hopefully, with the exorcism expert Jeffrey Seelman, who's over your side of the pond.
Very nice. And a lot of people refer to this evening as Samhain, which is an old, like, Celtic sort of thing. But here it says, we are in the midpoint between fall equinox and winter solstice, and this was celebrated by the Celts. Harvest season is over and the veils between the world are thinner. This is the time we remember those who have passed away with love and be grateful for the support we get from the spirits around us. Do you ever feel like, your ancestors are watching over you, or perhaps you might have a guardian angel?
Yeah, I think not necessarily this time of year. Find it can be at any time, night or day. Sometimes you're making a big decision, you're going to do something, and you get that little voice in your head, be it your intuition, be it your spirit guide, whatever, but you know something when it's normally going to be right or it's going to be wrong. Maybe not everybody gets that, but I tend to get a little bit of something, and if something doesn't quite seem right, then I seem to get that niggling sort of back away sort of feeling. But I don't know about anybody else, but I could do an IT session on a random Wednesday afternoon with sun out in the middle of summer, and as long as I've opened up to the spirit, I can record messages, get answer questions, and it doesn't necessarily have to be Halloween. That Celtic word you said, I've heard it pronounced Samhain, and apparently the sow bit at the beginning is pig, something else put together, something to do with harvest as well. But very interesting stuff.
Looks like we have more people joining us this evening. We have Sleepy Dave Davenport, aka J Diecast Racing. We got the champ, and we also have Mr. Moon. Welcome, you guys, at Halloween.
Hey,
hello.
Happy Halloween, all.
Happy Halloween.
Hey. Halloween, Nick.
Hey.
Happy Halloween! Woo! Yeah, I had my sister. I actually bought like a cloak to go over it for going out in the cold, but it's pretty freaking warm, and it already comes with like a little hood on it. But yeah, I kept this little container there. Yeah, I can't see this costume. Where's Moon? Moon, what are you wearing? I asked him what he was going to wear the other night, and he's like, pants. And I was like, I'm talking about your costume. What are you going to wear to the costume party? I guess I'm the only one that dressed. That kind of reminds me of a terrible situation that I went into, which it was supposed to be a birthday party for my friend, and we were talking about 80s themes, so I turned up like totally out in 80s gear, and everybody else was just in normal clothing. And then my daughter that evening put on her Jason mask, and this lady got really freaked out. She's like, seriously, who the fuck are you, and what are you doing right now? And I'm like, oh, that's my daughter. It was supposed to be 80s theme, and so we were trying different things, but I guess nobody else is partaking. I should go.
Very reminiscent of Owen Horses with the turn up as Batman and Robin, and it's a wake, but it was supposed to be a fancy dress party.
That's so funny.
Do you see me on StreamYard? I gotta get the address, I guess, to put it in.
Okay, let me try to get you on there. And I'm wondering also, holy schnickies, if the sound is coming through too for that. And I'm not even seeing a StreamYard anymore. I wonder if it switched off. Can you see us? Is it still going? Or oh, I see it now. Hold on a second. I don't know why this Google opened up. That is so weird. Something's happening. Let me look over here real
Good
quick.
I
evening.
see every type of
Happy
link on
Halloween.
here except for Skype.
Okay, let me see. There is an invite button. There it is. Oh, shnikes. Okay, so copy to clipboard, and then here, I'll just take a picture of it really quick, and then send it over to our Skype over here, and perhaps you guys can get in that way, because that'd be awesome. And I'm not sure if your guys' sound's coming through or not over there. This is the very first time I've tried this, so yeah, something new. Can you hear anybody but me over there, or is it just me?
No, I haven't got to your. If I was at your page, I would just send you a thing that I'm in the waiting room. But I'm trying to figure out where you're at on page. Put it that way. On their site, because I'm on the site. I'm up thing, just waiting for a page to go to.
Okay, here. I'm gonna share it right here in the chat, and we'll see how that goes. Yay! Dennis made it! I was like, I think Dennis got lost. He's lost the chat room.
Oh, I'm here. Happy good evening.
Happy
Welcome
gorgeous
aboard, Dennis.
evening. Okay, so I posted the
Where's
link
the
if you guys want to
forum
try to
gang?
come in that way. That could work.
Okay.
Where's the rest of the forum gang tonight, Tessa?
How is the rest of the forum going this evening? Is that what you're asking?
I said, no. I said, where's the rest of the forum? Couldn't they make that? Because they're too busy.
Oh no, we got
Okay, I'm backstage.
yeah, we got a lot of people here right now as far as the forum goes, more than we generally have, so
Okay.
that's good. Ooh, Mooney!
Yeah,
Add to
question.
stream. Whee!
Moon
Yes?
left. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. I have a question for your guest.
Yes, we're all at the same party, but you go ahead and ask them.
Oh, how do you feel about, not to get too deep on this, but the way the Catholics look at Halloween, Hallows Eve, like the whole thing? Because I know they stole Christmas and, just like, just a question. Just.
Was that to me? Sorry. Okay.
All right. I'll be quiet then. No, I'm on Skype. I'm talking through Skype. Sorry.
Doing the Skype thing, I'm trying to make it like one all together, but it seems like we're having.
Yeah.
I feel
No,
a
it's
little
hard.
AD right now.
That's okay. A little bit of OSB or OBS. I don't know what it is, but anyway. I don't know.
Well,
But
the kind of thing I know about, I think the Catholic Church took it on probably over 1,000 years ago from what we was talking about earlier on, the Celtic pagan festival of Samhain, or however you pronounce it. And as I believe, I thought that was a demonic name, also from a 66 seal, something in the Bible, but I could be off. I'd have to look that one up. And as far as I know, the Catholics go out and trick or treat as much as anybody. Maybe I don't know.
I know, but they denounce it. See, but they won't fold it into their religion per se. There's no saint because they just burned or killed witches or whatever they did anyway, right? So there's no place for Catholics in Halloween. That's all my point. That's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's Halloween.
Yeah, I'll get it
It's
together
Halloween.
eventually. Halloween!
So, are you the queen of the dark? The queen of the dark tonight, Tessa?
I'm the queen of the damned, or some people, like my cousin
Oh, yeah.
brother's son, would call me the queen bee of the dog shit of it all. And I'm like, well, thank you. That really resonates with me.
All right. Kudos, brother.
Kudos, bravo,
Yeah.
bellissimo. Yeah. I think it was meant to be a compliment. The first time you ever said that to me, I was just like, what did you just say to me? But, yeah. Basically, I know how to run a ship even if it's sinking, so I don't know.
Well, that's okay. Again, like people don't get it. Like friends, I'll call them a wicked vixen or a wicked witch. You're a wicked witch. You're a witch, right? And they got all offended, right? But after they get to know me, I get what you're saying, Dennis. It's like, okay, enough with that already, okay?
So I
But
had a
anyway,
funny thing
yeah.
to bring up for the forum, and I don't know what you guys think about the whole Mandela effect. But remember how, like, all this different shit changed, and even Fruit Loops, okay, always was the two little Fruit Loops, different colors in the name Fruit Loops, F-R-O-O-T, and then just recently it's gone back to that. When the whole Mandela effect happened, I don't know if it's collisions from CERN, playing with the God particle, or whatever perhaps it is that is really happening, or just, different levels colliding with each other, or different people being swapped, because I'm pretty sure my husband got swapped, and he's the other realm Vern. But it went from F-R-U-I-T back to F-R-O-O-T. Have you noticed anything like that? And it was funny too as well. Not only was that happening, but time seemed to go from passing really slowly to accelerating, and now it's passing really, really slowly again. So I'm not sure if you guys noticed that at all.
Back. And guess what?
Yeah, these are things that I really don't pay attention to because I'm comfortable with the way I see things. And if it's spelled Fook one day or it's spelled, Fick the next day, I already know what it means. So I think it's like they're working on the younger generation. Right? It's like, Fook it. Right? I know what you're saying. It's all good.
Fuck it. Just fuck it.
Fuck it. Yeah, just fuck it.
I'm just glad you didn't bring up the Oscar Mayer hot dogs.
That was another one.
M-E-Y-E-R.
That's what we learned in fire.
There's quite a few videos I've seen, and the only one there's a few, but the one that I really, really absolutely swear by, and I'm just going to say James Bond. I don't remember which one it is now off the top of my head. Bear with me, it's gone 1 a.m. my side. But it's the one where Jaws bites through the cable car and it all comes down and whatnot, and the lady with the braces smiles at him and he smiles with his teeth, and that's the only moment. But now she doesn't have braces on her teeth. And when you look at some transcripts and stuff, it's like she's got braces on her teeth, but now in the film it's not there. And I totally remember that.
Yeah. She didn't have braces, that's why they matched. Because he had a metal mouth and she did too. Yeah, perfect couple.
At the end.
It's not there in the film. You watch it, she smiles, he smiles, and the braces.
Really? I didn't pick that up. I haven't seen
it. Yeah. I swear it was there years ago when I watched it.
Belly button cam.
They're not there, and I put the studio. There's never there. Everyone says that's what made it funny. He smiles, she smiles. Oh, they're like kindred spirits.
That is true. I do remember seeing that scene as a child. My brother was a big James Bond fan. Not even a word, fan, I should say. So the scene in T has changed when Elliot extends his finger and E.T. extends his, and they touch fingers and finger glows, because it was on the marquee, the movie poster. That scene doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, it's like, ouch.
No, that was...
Go home.
I don't know, but That's a scene that was cut. They touched fingers. They were in Elliot's room. That's when his finger glowed and all that. And I remember seeing that.
No, they changed
Now he has to register as sex offender.
Probably so. Knowing
Yeah,
knowing that his glowier has been removed from
all
the
I gotta say, is because of all this political correctness and everything, it's taken away freedom of speech, and everybody gets all like hoopla about genderification and all of these things, and you're cutting original stuff like these. Like back in the day, they just used to edit and just cut scenes. Now they're just CGIing scenes now, like for, again, the younger generation. They don't know that.
Well, yeah, and it's like movies that we grew up on, even Star Wars,
Yeah.
Luke, I am your father.
Yeah.
Now it's not the same. And I brought up to Vern because he's a Star Wars head, and I was like, remember when it said, Luke, I am your father, and now it's something different?
Really?
And he's like, no, it's all been that way. And that's when I realized he was switched.
I am your mother's bitch.
Luke, I'm
Your mother slaps down, Luke. I'm
No,
a whip.
it's crazy. No, it's crazy. You
whip,
can't even
Luke.
Tom and Jerry commercial.
I'm going to take your arm, Luke.
Well, it's
We will
funny.
eat it in the banquet.
It will be delicious. It was funny. I played a
We
Garfield.
will serve it with teriyaki sauce and unpoached eggs.
Unpoached eggs.
It will be fabulous, Luke.
The force will be in you.
I always remember, no, I'm your father.
Hey, no
When
slurping
we're-
at the table, Luke.
I always remember, no, I'm your father. But when James Earl Jones was interviewed, he said it the other way around. He said he couldn't believe I was saying, no, I'm your
You're
father.
an
But the one that got me,
otherworldly Rick. I see.
well, the one that got me though. Well, I remember other things. That definitely the teeth thing. She had braces, but she doesn't now. I don't know why. But definitely another one that I remember. And also, if you look up the artwork online, and my cousin's got it on VHS tapes. That's going back a little while. It actually says it on the back of the cover. What's the famous line from Forrest Gump? Does most people remember?
Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know
Yeah.
what you're gonna get.
But what he actually says is, life was like a box of chocolates. Yeah, on the artwork it says life is like a box of chocolates, but in the film it says life was like a box of chocolates.
I know.
Which
Why do they?
totally makes sense anyway, because
It's
chocolates
like a
always
box
come
of
with a box or a card with a menu of what you're getting. So you always know what you're going to get.
Yeah, you're like,
Listen,
I'll take
See,
the
that's the whole
coconut
thing,
one.
man. Sorry. That's the whole thing. It's life is a box of chocolates.
Life
Okay, that's
is
the way
like
it
a
went
box of chocolates.
Yes, it is a box. It is a box of chocolates. It was not a box of chocolates.
Yeah,
If it was a box of
on
chocolates, I
DVD.
wouldn't be eating them right now. So,
Yeah, why is it
just says
was?
life was like a box of chocolates is the line now you watch on YouTube or on the DVD. It's
Yeah,
changed.
it's
It could have always
insane.
been that, but why would they put on the artwork? Life is like a box of chocolates. Doesn't make sense.
Because it is, and it makes more sense. Life was like a
Yeah.
box of chocolates instead of life is like a box of chocolates, like he said.
Yeah, it would
Hey.
make more sense. It says life's like a box of chocolates without the printed bit on the back of the card on the inside because you never know what you're going to get. It's like a bag
that's
of
a joke. That's a joke.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
thinking.
not the same on the outside what it says on the inside. You're getting something different on the inside.
I think
You
it's
gotta
something
play it.
doity right now. If I was making chocolates and I had boxes of chocolate I was selling, maybe I would make the map of chocolates and misguide them and say certain things are in certain places when they're really not. Then they'd be pleasantly surprised, or maybe unpleasantly. Hopefully they don't have a peanut allergy, because then I'm screwed. But
I prefer
Well,
fan
or
chocolates.
anxiety.
Get fat.
We hope they don't have anxiety issues or, OCD. Try to put those words together. It's like, it makes no sense.
Try
This
CBD.
is something to do on a desert island. Think about that for a few years. Thank Tessa for that.
Dang.
zang.
That in my dreams. All right. Sorry.
No worries. I was just thinking earlier about you, which I quite often because I have your art on my wall and such. But music, we have Griff, and I believe he's from Toronto, Canada. Aren't you from Toronto or Toronto, Canada as well?
Toronto. Yeah,
Toronto, yeah.
Toronto.
That's what I thought. I was like, that's where Dennis is from. Okay, I just had to bring that up.
Music break.
Break, here we go. Just kidding. We still have about 30 minutes before we go there. Or a little less than 25 minutes. So I just want to know, like, how is everything going in everyone's part of the world? How is COVID? I know last year I had homeschool, referred to it as homeschool hell, very fondly because that's what it was. It was fucking hell on earth. Trying to teach my kids, and they did really good. Like, Lily's so advanced, we actually are getting her into a gifted class and perhaps even pushed up a grade or two because she's bored, and I don't want her to get stagnant like Nova did. Nova, they sent this letter home, and they're like, we think your daughter should be in the gifted program, and I got pissed off because when I was a kid, okay, the term retarded, you're not supposed to use it, but instead of saying retarded, even back in the early 90s and such, we called people gifted. And so when I got this letter about the gifted program, I was just like, my kid's not retarded! Like, what the hell are they trying to say? So I rejected it, and I think she got stagnant. I think she got bored because she was so very smart. She should have excelled instead of just being there placid, floating in the pond or whatever. So we're trying to fix that for Lily, but I get freaked out about the whole COVID thing because every single freaking day of the week I'm getting announcements from the high school, the intermediate school, and the elementary school, these different classes popping up with positive COVID cases, and it really stresses me out. Luckily, it has not hit any of my kids' classes yet, but still, it's there. It's in the school. Like, things are happening.
Yeah, you know what I'd do? I'd stay homeschool, right? And I'd make sure that my kids are like, I'm sure they miss their friends, or I'm sure you can have like visits or whatever like that with their friends. But yeah, like for me, my anxiety, like I'm an anxious person, automatic, right? And for my kids to be in that environment, always like that, testing this and that and everything. Like even in Ontario here, okay, they have free instant COVID tests that the students take home every day. Like it's weird here because like almost half the classmates within 1 week get the COVID, and then the classroom is half empty. It's like I'm saying I just keep my kids at home and I just homeschool. And this is crazy, like the way this.
I don't know if
on,
you
this
ever watched that
stuff.
Damien or whatever, but if I did homeschool again this year, you might find me dangling from the ceiling fan that poor nanny did in Damien. I don't think I can handle it. Holy shit, just 3 kids. The 2 kids, the youngest, those are who I mostly did. Noah, she's 17 now. She's going to be 18 in March. You can handle her own shit. So I just check on her. Are you doing your work? Whatever. Everyone asked last year. Lily, especially with flying colors. But I don't know. I could not handle another year of homeschool. And they're the ones that convinced me to let them go back to school because they're like, please, Mom, I don't want another year of homeschool. Can't I go back to regular school? So I allowed it. But I'm freaked out, and I'm very hardcore on about wearing masks.
Yeah, tell them in Ontario there's some school boards that you have to get vaxxed. If your kid wants to be in school, right, or if you want your kid in school, you got to get vaxxed. You got to be vaxxed.
Yeah, and they just came out with the 5 to 11 shot, and I'm just like, no, I'm not going to do it. Me and Nova have discussed getting the vaccination, and she's, kind of been pushing on me about it, and I'm like, I will do it with you if you really, really want to do it, but at the same time, I'm still on the fence. I don't know what to do. I feel like I should wait longer, and then you hear about those people that are like, oh, I'll wait, at least another month, and then they end up dying from COVID. But I'm just not convinced yet. I don't think it's safe. And these different vaccinations have been tested for years and years and years. It's just, to me, so experimental, and I'm scared to do it.
Yeah, Tessa, the way I look at it is it's already November. Let's call it November. Okay. You got 5 months until spring, summer break. Okay. You got Christmas break. You got March break. You got breaks. Okay. For the kids. Right. And they pretty well what they're doing. Right. They're easily they learn easy. Okay. And give it another, until the end of the school year. What is that? 5 months, or like that. And then you got another 3 months. By 2022, things might be normal again. And then throw the kids back. Put your daughter in the higher level, right? Yeah, see? And then, they'll appreciate. Really, I think. Okay, it's what has been 18 months now, this pandemic thing.
Well, I don't think things are going to get back to normal for years. And then it's like, I'm taking all these steps and phases. I'm wearing a mask. I wash my hands. When I roll a cart, I'll put my sleeves over my hands so I don't have to touch it. Even if I've disinfected it, I still don't trust it. I feel very paranoid in public, and I'm not really a paranoid person, but I'm taking steps to protect my family. And then my husband, I went wearing a mask, he goes in not wearing a mask, and he doesn't take all the precautions that I do. And so it's just like, for me, null and void. And what's the point in doing it anyways if I continue to do it? I won't even smoke with my sister. She's like, what? No, you go to the homeless camp all the time, you're doing this and this and that, and you're acting different people. I'm not going to smoke with you. I'm sorry. I don't want to get the yucks. I think I already got it.
Yeah, I don't like when this pandemic thing is. No, when it gets like family gatherings get canceled and stuff like this because this person has been vaxxed. No, this is a little bit off topic. And, I'm not going because that guy's not vaxxed, and, and then there's arguments within families and, and some people, even workers, right? Like I know friends that have to get vaxxed if they want to keep their job, right? Like nurses, frontliners or whatnot. And I know people that have jobs for decades and they just quit. And they just take the pension or whatever like that. And say, I'm out of here, man. I'm not getting back. But to each their own, right? I don't know
triple vax.
how it is like in Europe.
Far away as possible.
So, Rick, you got both of them, and then you got the booster?
Yeah. Well, they're saying that for my condition, don't class it as a booster, class it as the first course with 3 shots. So I'm like, fair enough. So I don't know if I'll have to have 3 next year or what.
That's insane. So it's not just a booster, it's like full-fledged.
Now.
Full-fledged. Instead of a booster, it's a full-fledged, like, 3rd shot. It's not a booster. It's a whole nother administration.
Yeah, it just said on the letter, people are calling it a booster, but because of your condition, it's just, we'll class this as this is what you need for ultimate protection, 1, 2, and 3 jabs. It was just so much drawn into the syringe you jabbed in your arm. So.
What'd you do? Did you do the Pfizer or Moderna, or which one did you take?
Pfizer for all 3. Pfizer for all 3.
Yeah, that's good. That's the only FDA-approved one.
My issue... I know. They haven't even FDA approved the boosters yet in the United States yet, not to my knowledge, and people are still not getting the
They
first
did,
vaccine.
and they said no. They did, and they said if you got Pfizer for your first ones, go ahead and take the Moderna for your booster. So they're kind of giving you a whole COVID-19 cocktail.
My big issue. My big issue, right. My big issue is where that's a booster shot is going to be like a flu shot every year. You go to your doctor every year. These pharmas are cleaning up on this pandemic thing. Like 100%. They're pushing out these vaccines left, right, and center. Okay, and not to get too off topic, but now they're laughing their ass off. Now we got the pandemic under control, and we'll have everyone think. Okay, believe that they need, if you got vaxxed, right? You got your double vax. That's good. The money goes into our pocket. That's good. And then, the government gives us the money, to have you guys shot. And then every year, we suggested to your doctors their patients that you should get your booster shot, just like a flu shot. Who gets a flu shot every year?
Not
Who?
me. I
Tessa?
think I've gotten it twice, and every time I get my flu vaccine, I get sick. But Champ, you're saying
I
you do.
get mine, but I'm fine.
Yeah, no, my wife, my ex-wife, and my kids used to get shots, but my ex-wife gets a shot every year. I haven't had a shot in like over 30, 40 years. Right? I'm good. Then you hear the argument, oh, you might get bubonic plague, or you might get polio. I said, listen, man, you get all those shots. It's like a card when you're coming out of the hospital. You get all those shots automatic. You don't need them every year. Who gets a polio shot every year? I don't know. Sorry.
No, I just thought it was funny. Listen here, man. It reminded me of that
Sorry.
one bourbon, one scotch, and one beer.
One scotch, one beer. It's the way it is, man. All right?
That's right. Look, man. I won't have my rent this Monday. I won't even have my rent this next month. You just gotta bear with me. I'm working this post. I'm trying to make money. Leave me alone, landlady. Jesus. No, it's very intriguing. It seems like it's going away, and then there's variations, and I don't know if it's because of people that have caught it and the way the body fights it, or if it's because of vaccinations. There's so many different questions as far as that goes.
It's because the farmers make up another one, and they gotta get another different vaccine.
Another one.
It's a matter of power control. What? The whole big conspiracy, man. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I tend to agree with Dennis about I don't get a lot of the shots, but I get certain ones on a regular basis. And if you have a healthy immune system, like Dennis was talking about, and you live in an area that's fairly isolated, and it's all depending on what your travel habits and everything's going to be, you really don't need to get some of these shots every year. You can skip, 5 years or whatever. Or if you're going to travel in certain places, then get the shots. Or if you're going to get an influx of different types of people coming in from, other areas or other countries all of a sudden to your area, sure. And I do agree with you there. That's all, it has a lot to do with your personal health. And there's no reason to keep dumping that stuff in your system all the time, because you most likely have it. And you got the stuff that's there to fight it off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the February before the March when it hit here, and I went to the grocery store with my daughter, we're getting sushi ingredients, and she's like, Mom, what's wrong with everybody? What's going on? What's happening? And I'm like, don't worry about it here. I'm going to get your sushi ingredients. We're going to go home. We're going to have your birthday party. And we'll talk about that later, because it's your birthday. Like, you shouldn't have to worry about this shit. But yeah, everybody was running around with like chickens with their heads cut off. And I'm certain that I had COVID before they even stated that it was out. And I know it was out before they even said it was. And I was so fucking sick. I had not been that sick in a very, very long time. And I was in bed for over a week, and I was like, I can't keep doing this. Like, I have kids, I got shit to take care of. Yeah, and I'd go out there and try to do shit, and I'd have to sit down because I'd get lightheaded. I couldn't breathe, and it was just insane. I'm pretty sure I had COVID, and like we talked about on the after party, I'm gonna get checked for those.
That's it.
Yeah, the COVID. What do they call it?
Antibodies.
Antibodies. Yes.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I think
got it in you already.
I think a lot of people got it on before it started getting stronger and mutating stronger and stronger. It didn't have to mutate into a new species. It just kept getting stronger and stronger as it was. And that's why, reacting early on is so important.
Mm-hmm.
With isolating it and doing safety measures straight out. But anyways, and nothing else about all that. I mean, we're past those points and everything else, and we've, it's darn mutated in probably 8 different varieties by now.
Yes. We were having a COVID party.
Yeah. They're having parties and orgies and everything, you know.
Say, wow.
COVID's now,
Be careful which room you go into.
Polio.
I don't know.
Have you ever taken your kids to a pox party? You know.
Yeah.
We actually had one of those. What, Rick?
Yeah.
They used to do them back in the 80s, and I guess 90s they're still doing. But I was a kid in the 80s, so that's what I know about. But I just jumped back to the polio virus.
Yeah, when my dog got chicken pox, we're like, guess
vaccination, what? You should only get it three shots because it protects you for life. But you see, there's 3 different shots because there's type 1, type 2, and type 3.
And that's
so you
funny.
Get a vaccine for type 1 doesn't protect you against type 1 or type 2 or type 3. So you normally just have those plus another lifelong protection. So you should only ever receive 3. And it protects you for all 3 types for the polio.
And that's insane because my mom, she grew up when they came out with the polio vaccination, and she's got a circle on her arm with 3 dots in it. So they gave her all 3 at once. There's that circle. It's so trippy, but yeah, how hardcore that vaccination was that she still has that scar.
I remember years and years ago, that used to be the liquid on a sugar lump in the UK. Right, it's injections for stuff, and then sugar lump. I remember that one. That was the last one I had. I believe the other ones was when I was like 6 months and 18 months and something like that. And the next one I was about maybe 9 or 10 or something. And that was sugar lump. And I said, "That's it now. You're covered from all." Spooky.
I think the last time I got an antivirus shot was when I went down south to South America, and I was going to be swimming in the Amazon and stuff. And they said, "No, you better take this for like diphtheria, no, whatever you call that, hepatitis C and B and stuff." Like, you know.
Yeah, because they dump all that shit in the river.
Be a good idea. Yeah. I said, yeah. Oh, yeah. And even my friends, like when they even go to like some of the South American countries or Central American, and they come back, you know, diarrhea and everything like that, right? You know, it's like badness, you know.
They're shitting themselves to death. It's insane.
Well, yeah, there's probably not a vaccine for that. They're probably eating at some very questionable street side food places or some restaurants that probably don't have as high hygienic standards as you guys.
I wouldn't even trust the hotel water.
Half-built wall.
We don't even drink the water out of our pipes. We drink bottled water. We used to drink our water, and then the new filtration or water treatment center came in, and then it was just like drinking chlorine water, like water from the pool, and we're like, fuck that. And it also started to break up all the calcium and lime and all the other shit, and the pipes started coming out after that. But yeah, we don't drink the water here. We drink bottled water, and it's just like in Mexico. It was funny. I went to Mexico with my psycho ex-boyfriend's mom, who is psycho as well. Now I know where he got it, but she's like, whatever you do when we go to Mexico, do not order water, and that's my main drink. I drink water, and so I ordered a water, and she's like slammed her fist on the table, and she's like, I told you not to order water. I'm like, okay, give me a bottled water then. Whatever. I need to drink something. But don't drink water when you go to Mexico because you're gonna get that. Yeah, you're gonna get that diarrhea thing going on.
Don't get ice cubes in your drink. Do not get ice cubes in your drink. Okay, you'll get sick.
Unless made from bottled water. But if you're on the toilet wailing like a banshee, it's time to turn to bottled water.
No, they just tell you it's bottled water. They don't care.
Or sometimes on the bag it was made from filtered or bottled or whatever. I can imagine Tessa there with a camp stove. I'm boiling this at 100 degrees for at least 5 minutes before I drink.
Yeah, live like German. Don't put ice in your drinks. Drink hot drinks. It's safer that way.
Yeah.
That really tripped me out when I worked out.
Have you got a green screen effect going on there, Nick? Has Nick got a background green screen effect going on there?
Yeah, he does. He's up in the pimp house.
Yeah, you don't get that on the computer. The app disappeared. Looking good, my friend.
Nick's playing with his green screen. Is that a green screen, Nick? Like those things.
That's one of those screen things that they have on Skype. Yeah, Skype filter.
Yeah.
Or, the pimp house over there in the clubhouse. He's living it in.
Okay.
But it's weird because sometimes things will pop to his screen and I'm like, what the hell is that?
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know if you've seen it yet so far. Have I ever what?
Have you ever done playbacks in the mirror on Halloween? Like
scrying.
Like Bloody Mary or trying to look into... You need Black Mirror to scry, right? Or can you use any mirror?
Well, okay, you can smoke it. You can smoke a mirror. That's fine.
I didn't say smoke it. I said scry. Okay, so on a mirror...
Yeah, if you smoke it, it darkens the mirror.
Oh, okay.
I don't mean smoke it like smoking your cigars, Tess. I mean smoke it to make it dark.
Hey, look, I'm a vapor now. I don't smoke cigars anymore.
Hey, some people scry with water, the video it, and see faces appear as they're swirling it about. So
have you ever done that?
No.
Me neither. I'm kind of scared. Even just having this mirror right up here.
Why would you be scared?
Because...
why would you be scared?
Okay. Number one reason why I would be scared to scry. Yes. I've had dark shit after me my whole life. You know, family curse. Pretty sure I got one of those going on. My mom can't tell me about it because she's dead. But there's been things wanting to get in here. That's why I don't want to astral either. I've accidentally astraled a couple times, but I'm afraid to leave my body or to do things like that because I'm afraid of what's going to come through. But then, you know, there's a point of intrigue and interest where what if my mom or dad comes through or something like that? That'd be pretty cool. But what if it's something else? Vern's been accusing me of summoning shit, and we got other beetles in here, and it's all my fault.
But see what upsets me, gives me anxiety. Thoughts are not that are running through my brain, and if I don't explain them, I don't know, and then it comes to a point of frustration for me where that I have to delve into it. And, you know, because, you know, I dream like deep and whatever like that. And I ask questions in that realm. Right. And I get a lot of demons, if you want to call them that, negative energies or whatever, wanting to intrude on my space and everything like that. Right. But they get pissed off when I recognize them. Okay. And I want to find out what's going on. Okay. Right?
They're like, hey, I wear my best disguise. How do you know who I am?
Hey. I've met fucking shapeshifters, doppelgangers, everything, man. Don't matter, okay? Right?
I know. There's a whole day.
It's a lot of things, because pardon me?
There's a whole day of paranormal that I've partaken of, and like the guest, I think it was last week, and he's like, man, you've had more experiences than me, and I'm like, I know, it's fucking crazy, all the shit that I've experienced.
I know it's awesomeness, but I love that kind of stuff, right? You know, but yeah, so yeah, even with like the ghosties, right? Encounters, whatever. Like I'll go to people hotels and haunted like places, right? Whatever. And I'll ask a bunch of questions out, like, you know, whoever I'm with, looking at me, who are you asking? Who are you talking to, right? And it's just communication. Then I'll just pick up whatever, like, whatever signs I can pick up, right? And then I'm a touchy-feely guy. I don't know what you call that, psychometry or something. I don't know. And then I'll get a good vibe of it. And, you know, you got questions, you get answers, right? Because if you're not going to ask a question, you never get the answer. Even though the answer is beating you on the head. Well, you know, it's short words. Just saying.
Yeah, it's true. It's like, hello, here I am. Go ahead.
You pick up feelings from the past when you're holding on to stuff. It's like psychometry, isn't it? Holding on to an object and getting a feeling or a name or from objects, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. That happens quite a lot, does it?
It happens, yeah. You know, it's like
not touching it. I don't know if guys have gone into like an antique store, just walking by things.
Like energy, that kind of energy, right? Basically, that's
That'd
what I
be
do.
quite
Like a lot of
overwhelming if you was touching everything antiques that way.
Oh man. Oh yeah. Oh, going to a museum just blows me like anyway. It depends on what section I am, right? Like war history just fucking just crushes me. And
That's
then
why I recommend a lot of people not buy sort of like second-hand engagement or wedding rings or things like that. You might not know what's attached to that, the energies. If it's good, gone okay, probably all right.
pick it
If it's
up.
been a bit turbulent, yeah.
Yeah, when rings pass down, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm.
Is that negative energy
Yeah.
going to pass along that ring that you wore because you decided to get that ball and chain?
Yeah.
What can happen? Was it a marriage? Was it a happy marriage or not? And people go through different things, marriages, and some turn out really good and some end, especially these days. But yeah, there could be a lot of energy carried on by that. That's a good point, Rick.
Yeah, when I first moved to this house, Tessa, I walked into it, right, initially, and I had to get the vibe, the feel for it, right? And it felt good. It felt uplifting. It felt like open, free, right? It wasn't closed in. It wasn't dark. It didn't, even though like the decor was crap and everything like that, but the energy in it was good, And it was funny because when I first seen the place before we started moving, there were two doves that were hanging out around the front yard and stuff like that, which I thought was kind of like a nice sign.
Yeah,
but
very
anyway,
peaceful.
that was just me and my peaceful. And the people that lived here, they're good people. But I don't like picking up negative energies like that and like having to deal with them like in this 3D reality, right? Like especially when other people pick up on it and they don't understand what's going on, right? Yeah,
right,
and cut it. Right? Yeah. Kind of gotta like to do things with they might not understand, but it's kind of what it is, like clearing, like a lot of people use sage and stuff like that.
Palo Santo, that's my favorite. I use sage, but Palo Santo, I don't even have to light it. If I'm having a freaky paranormal experience and got a lot of anxiety, all I have to do is smell it. I don't even have to light it, but it's funny. Every time I have sage here, my husband's like trying to run away. I'm like, I see you. I know what's going on here. Go ahead, run out, see what happens. See if I don't change the lock before you get back in. Damn demon. But on that note, you guys, we do have to go to our first music break. On this break, we have the lovely Miss Tamara Bubble. She's going to be singing Laundry, as well as Cute Panties and Out the Mud. Then we have Mr. Adonix, a.k.a. Britt Casey, and he's going to be singing Cellman. Yes, I know I played it last night, but we're going to play it again. And then we have Mr. Roy Washington, who is our musical host. He gives us all of our music to play for free. But yeah, he's going to be singing Subliminal. You guys don't go there. We'll be right back after this musical break.
Hey, get up on that washer, hit the spin cycle till I come home. The way where I'm at, I'm out here breadwinning, so don't hit my phone. Shoulda never gave you treats like that. You got a sweet tooth and won't leave me alone. And every time I try to get some sleep, I wake up cause you doing me wrong. Nigga, under covers, used to fight it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? Who doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Ain't playing, think I'm playing. I'ma have you doing them dishes too. Better lick them plates clean, be grateful for this delicious food. Why you want on fours? What you scrubbing floors cause you want some more? But you like it dirty, you is so dirty, you like it dirty. Sneaking up under covers, used to fight it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? Who doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? Sneaking up under covers, used to fight it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? Who doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? why you creeping? Third of all up on me, rubbing like conditioner that you be trying to leave in. Relax, love, keep breathing. And I would say keep cleaning, but you like it dirty. You is so dirty, you like it dirty, yeah? Sneaking up under covers. You so bad it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? Who doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Get up on that washer, hit the spin cycle till I come home. The way where I'm at, I'm out here breadwinning, so don't hit my phone. Should've never gave you treats like that. You got a sweet tooth, so won't leave me alone. And every time I try to get some sleep, I wake up cause you doing me wrong. Sneaking up under covers, you so bad it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Sneaking up under covers, you so bad it, but I love it. Hate it that you got me weak, cause now we ruin all these sheets. Like, who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Who doing laundry? You doing laundry? Who? You doing laundry? Sneaking up under covers. Yeah, you like it dirty. You are so dirty. You like it dirty, yeah? Under covers. Yeah, you like it dirty. You are so dirty. You like it dirty, yeah?
Hello? I'm trying to call my baby, but it's poor reception, cause she ain't picking up. Hello? Hello? Listen, Mr. Operator. I've been up all day and I'm trying to dial my baby's number. See, it only rings straight to the machine. 617. Now I know something must be wrong with this cell phone, cause my baby knows she wouldn't hang up on me. So tell me what's going on. Now see, most of the time phone only ring twice. How you doing, boo? Cool, how's your date? Nice. Now she ain't picking up, plus a text her. Put it to your plane, she's the one to get next to. It's not just the way, it's all day with affection. I'm hoping this detection is poor reception. Straight to the machine, mean it's like clicking my car, get connected quick. I'm saying, hey, Mr. Cellular Phone Man, I see there's something wrong with my line. I try to dial my baby's number, but get click every time. Mr. Cellular Phone Man, I see there's something wrong with my line. I try to dial my baby's number, but get click every time. Why she ain't picking up, yo? I see the phone rings quite a few times before any answer. And I know she's home, well at least till 3. And I know she's home. Now I don't mean to be any bother operator, but could you just check and connect this call for me? Cause I know she's home. Now see, the first time I call, I'm like, maybe she working. And the second time I call, I'm like, little bit hurting. But the third time I call, I'm like, going berserk. And now half a day gone, can't get her on the horn. Usually in the morning, maybe it's something wrong. I mean, she wouldn't take this long to call back. See, we tight like that, she's supposed to be mine. So could you please try it one more time? Hey, Mr. Cellular Phone Man, I see there's something wrong with my line. I try to dial my baby's number, but get click every time. Mr. Cellular Phone Man, I see there's something wrong with my line. I try to dial my baby's number, but get click every time. Why she ain't picking up, yo? For some reason, it's like she ain't home. Just wanna get my baby on the phone. Now I know that she's there all alone. So can you please hook up my cellular phone? Hey, Mr. Cellular Phone Man, I see there's something wrong with my line. I try to dial my baby's number, but get click every time. Mr. Cellular Phone Man, I see something wrong with my line. I try to dial my baby's number, but get click every time. Mr. Cellular Phone Man, I see there's something wrong with my line. I try to dial my baby's number, but get click every time. Mr. Cellular Phone why she ain't picking up, yo.
Yeah. Bubble on that. Yeah. Real cute. Underwear. To be honest, I don't really wear many. I don't even really rock panties. Let me be clear, I'm used to getting a few new big pair each year from my granny. Couple sexy ones that might come up, and I done had way too much. Any a drunk text go out. They come and eat the sweet juicy pie down there. I'ma go that route. But now, nigga, wrong song. I only need a couple of bars to turn you on. That's why I started mentioning that lingerie. But pull her to the studio with some long john. This verse about to take a turn for the worse, and all them cute panties gonna be long gone. Cause the hating niggas that I wrote it for, they ain't afraid of wordplay, that's why they wrote this for. So I'ma drive them wild, thinking one day they might hit all about my boy shorts, G-strings, slutty thongs, even put them edible pennies on the cover so they wonder how that bubble tastes. You can stay mad, be miserable, old, predictable, maybe not even applicable, but yeah, you typical. Check your mans if it ain't you, cause way too many queens rocking shades cause they eyes black and blue. Way too many dudes putting hands on the bras, that make you feel like a man. Miss Hannah Lena, we go back to yeah, you saw. Yo, look, it's way too many dudes only wanna spar. But ain't got no conversation, only wanna gossip when we talk. Why I keep seeing these grown dudes out in the broad daylight like some broad? Why I keep seeing these dudes letting these girls fighting on the stop to record? These little niggas online, the worst part, lame hoes got a squad. And all they do is dislike the females doing interviews with that nigga blog. I be like, come in, big boy, take off them drawers. I just came from shopping, let me slip you into something real soft. Prefer the lace, the satin, or the silk, cause I'm pretty little rose, they gon' hang off your balls. Look at you, sitting pretty, yeah. You the type that rock them cute pennies, yeah. Come here, you're cute, yeah. Real cute, you hating on a female, cute, real cute. Why you mad we getting money? Maybe that's why you sag, let them punish out. Oh, by the way, cute pennies, bro, real cute. Grown man, big boss, taking shots from a penthouse love. Talking trash, he making big calls. Yep, then again, that's only till his phone got off. Come again, yeah, his phone got disconnected. But don't worry, he be back online hating in a second. Back at the crib, remember she paid her phone and the rent. Squash a nigga vegetable soft. Now he souped up in my mentions on some vegetable bro. Leaving comment at the comment, you that thirsty, drink vomit. I promise I ain't never seen nobody when had so much time to hate me. Be honest, is you mad at me? Or the fact that I'm grinding? It's a fact that I'm winning, son, I really be shining. Why you pressed on my diamond? You ready to swing on this little bitty girl, so don't tell me I'm lying. Way too many dudes putting hands on the bras, that make you feel like a man. Miss Hannah Lena, we go back to yeah, you saw. Yo, look, it's way too many dudes only wanna spar. But ain't got no conversation, only wanna gossip when we talk. Why I keep seeing these grown dudes out in the broad daylight like some broad? Why I keep seeing these dudes letting these girls fighting on the stop to record? These little niggas online, the worst part, lame hoes got a squad. And all they do is dislike the females doing interviews with that nigga blog. I be like, come in, big boy, take off them drawers. I just came from shopping, let me slip you into something real soft. Prefer the lace, the satin, or the silk, cause I'm pretty little rose, they gon' hang off your balls. Look at you, sitting pretty, yeah. You the type that rock them cute pennies, yeah. Come here, you're cute, yeah. Real cute, you hating on a female, cute, real cute. Why you mad we getting money? Maybe that's why you sag, let them punish out. Oh, by the way, cute pennies, bro, real cute.
Yeah. Come on.
I see you, Roy Washington, man. What's happening, man?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. They never say it in words, but in deeds wars declared. Justice is gone and the sight's none to spare. Especially the kingdom encased in melanin. But these suckers are weak, kings and queens will ride again. Come on. Slackers with badges, the white sheets and the maggots. Watch them fall as I tag them because I'm better than average. A sharpshooter with words with my eye to the scope. Can they escape when I've donned the black cape? Is hell no. I'm a ninja for right, who can vanish from sight. Pick you off in the night, but still the Lord is my light. Perceiving all you see, the truth behind the scenes. Instead of jumping bandwagons, the light says believe in me. Cause you're a puppet, no doubt. 45th turned you out. Though I saw your lips first moving, no sound came out. So I was sent from the heavenlies, born so you could find me. Swam the seeming stream, took flight during the 90s. Landed in Grace, wrote a verse of hip hop, got with Jay and found the taste was smooth as butterscotch. We had hood love and money, problems they be on me, but we stayed in the flow and had juice like Manolo.
They can try to oppress, you can try to impress. Cause after success, none less. You can look in my eyes, you can feel in my vibes. Clean down inside and it's so man, no. I got God on my side, I ain't worried about none. If it ain't about money, then it ain't about none. Laughing at my enemies, I know they see me coming. If it ain't subliminal, they can't even see me. Politics and violent shit, I'm here to raise the consciousness. For every face and race up in this nation trapped in poverty. Diamond in the rough, need to cut, shape it and polish it. Bad thoughts cripple life, we can be an optimist. We can be an optimist, reconstruct apocalypse. Broke people always hating, mix me with that gossiping. Rose up in the concrete, rain and sun, I'm blossoming. My people need to be like kind of Velcro, then we conquer it. They can try to oppress, you can try to impress. I'm just after success, none less. You can look in my eyes, you can feel in my vibes. Clean down inside and it's so man, no. I got God on my side, I ain't worried about none. If it ain't about money, then it ain't about none. Laughing at my enemies, I know they see me coming. If it ain't subliminal, they can't even see me coming.
The 45th is a joke, and he's weak in disgust. He plans to divide, but there's no stopping us. If we have to fight, go toe to toe for our lives, we prevail and got sight, cause only light I recite. I blow my lyrics like a shotgun, camouflaged inside the tracks. Now watch the suckers run. Now moving fast enough, heads up, now here I come. I designed 50 ways to make this murder fun. I spit the lyrical rain that coat the concrete, that give life and take form. Arise and walk the street. Am I the greatest to spit? Feel the spray and we'll see. Let it dry, all the lies and the truth will point to me. Even when surrounded by a million MCs, I'm the one under the sun who's the greatest of these. I got the Holy Ghost juking and tapping while I'm rapping. Sticking and moving like Roy Jones, I'll make it happen. Even animals move when the novelist is rocking. My doggy started barking, his ears just a flopping. Subliminally, I penetrate camps like an enemy. Flicking the lights, cancel sight, cause you're not seeing me.
They can try to oppress, you can try to impress. I'm just after success, none less. You can look in my eyes, you can feel in my vibes. Look a king down inside and it's so man, no. I got God on my side, I ain't worried about none. If it ain't about money, then it ain't about none. Laughing at my enemies, I know they see me coming. If it ain't subliminal, they can't even see me coming.
I get that feeling under me tight, and I'm okay on land or out at sea. So close to heaven in the daytime. Promise you'll keep sunshine on my feet. Somebody pinch me, this is juicy, juicy. Squeeze out this warm glow on my cheek. Sweet dreams, hold me, don't let go. Sing through the day. Sweet dreams, please don't tell me lies. Take me by surprise. It's gonna be different now. That's what they say. It's gonna be different how when it's steady pouring rain. We stepping out the mud. Yeah, we on our way. We stepping out the mud. We gon' be okay. Ain't got to live in dirt. I walk through, walk through. Ain't got to deal with what I won't do, won't do. We stepping out the mud.
Welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us tonight on We Are Paradox Media's Late Night in the Rockies. Tonight we are joined by Mr. Kirby, Moonlight, a.k.a. Mooney, a.k.a. Moonlicht. How many different names do I have? Dennis Dyke, then we also have Jay on, and Champ. You guys welcome, and thanks so much for coming to the Halloween free-for-all. I'm so stoked.
Good evening, good morning.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you.
5 o'clock somewhere.
Not here.
It's got to be 5 o'clock somewhere.
Oh, maybe so. 17 minutes past 2 in the AM here.
It's always drinking time.
It's always time. It's 17 past 8 years. So, Rick mentioned when we went to break that Mooney had a question. And his question was, Rick and Tessa, do you feel that when items such as wedding rings are passed down, it is almost a way to live on as a parasite? And we discussed that a little bit before we went to break, but then Rick came back with, I guess it could be a link, a tie to a spirit. It would obviously have to be said spirit's intent, whether it may manifest as any good or bad. Can you break their link? Yes, indeed. Is it always easy? No, but it's quite rare that it causes anything very negative. Although most people can get influenced knowing what's going on, and thus they don't ever ask for help, etc., the relationship just ends and the ring gets passed on, not worn or lost. Which makes a lot of sense. Yeah, and I felt like, it depends on how marriage was. Passing this down is like very important in some people's eyes, but it can pass negative energy if it wasn't the best of marriages or whatnot. And as Rick was saying in chat, what was it? That metals are conducive of energy, so that would be most likely with ring or things of the sort. Pretty intriguing.
I mean, everybody has arguments and different things in relationships, so they might not really understand what's going on and never ask for help. So that's where the rarity comes from it. If people kind of think, or somebody picks up on it because they're sensitive to it or whatever and says, take that ring off, leave it off for X amount of time or give it away or whatever, and the relationship improves, then was it the ring? Could well have been, but a lot of people argue, split up, never knowing anything. It's possibly down to anything otherworldly, let's say. So, kind of can be quite rare because people argue. That's it.
I think that's it. I think people just don't realize it's going on, and I think it can happen a lot of times. And I realize it probably is another thing. And when they try to look over you or there to try to be, positive influence, if you really notice it. But when they're there to try to control you or try to, continue their controlling and ugliness, then that's probably the only time you can ever realize it or find out about it. But I don't know. It just kind of popped up when you guys were talking earlier, and I just went the bad side, I guess. But
it could well be. I mean, there's a lot of people, they'll lose a wedding ring or an engagement ring. Was it an influence from a spirit guide or something moving that bad energy away? Thus it gets bought and the good intent as the relationship goes well and all's good and forgotten about and it's never brought up. But I'm sure that's happened plenty of times. Or maybe the relationship was a little bit up and down, a little bit turbulent at times. The ring was lost for whatever reason. It's come off the finger, it's gone down the sink, or it's got angled. And, perhaps the spirit guides, past family members, whichever, is that like the doorman on the door? I've got rid of that negative and started again afresh. But a lot of people wouldn't think about that. But I'm sure that's probably happened like many times. But of course, it's not going to be documented. Because, I mean, you wouldn't go on a form and say, oh, I lost my wedding ring today, and that now I've noticed I've got a new ring and things have improved. And, you know, we might say that to your friends, and people outside of the field wouldn't make anything of it. They just go, I'm glad that you're getting on a lot better, Owen. That's a really nice ring. And that's it. So, yeah, very much I think it goes on, and it's never brought to light. But, yeah, I'm sure that spirits, if they have the intention and they get attached to things, they could, or just of the negative energy on there, and they're not even around or connected to it anymore. It's just got that tone which can perhaps influence certain people more than others. My take on it. What's your thoughts, Tessa?
Well, I just smirk because I'm like, mine was Walmart special. Mine was passed to me, and I'm really sad because when I was a kid, my dad gave me my mom's ring to hold on to. I don't know if he did too much cocaine or what exactly the reason he gave it to me, but I was monkeying around on the banister of our old back porch, and I was just like following along it, had that ring on my finger, and it fell off, and we looked for hours, we couldn't find it, which made me really sad. But like you were saying, how is the urge? Do you really want to carry that energy on with you? And there could be different energy associated with this ring, depending on, you know, your magnitude or what exactly is going on in your life. But I don't know, for me, I don't know, I'm kind of, maybe it was a good thing I lost it. Like, I felt real guilty about it for years, and I still feel really bad about it, but maybe it was for this. Maybe it was meant to happen.
Mm-hmm. Breaking that chain.
Yeah, I can imagine how that went down, and that had to be freaky and enough that you lose something in that small of an area and you can't find it again. And that had to be that the whole situation would drive you crazy anyways, let alone being something that personal to both of you. So that's, you know, that's sorry to ever hear about that. That story always bothered me, and who knows, your mom might have taken back. And one of the big things I brought all this stuff is, I think part of the reason I still to this day so much traffic in this house of spirits and stuff is I got so many generations of possessions of this house of other people's stuff. There's many items in the house that were owned by people and they were cherished by other people, and I just got to get stuff out of here and get, you know, I would be happy if this house was just empty and, you know, bare necessity, one shim or something. Then have all these antiques and all these, you know, stuff that people
relics.
Yeah, that's about it. What it is around here is relics. I know there's still got to be ashes here and pets and stuff that, you know, not gross ashes. I mean, ones that were cremated, brought back in a little urn, whatever, and, you know, and then get put box somewhere and, you know, storage.
I got stew boxes back here. I got my Gilly dog, and I also have my Jackie Woo back here. But yeah, my girls are here. I don't know, to protect me. I think I need to take them. Are really cool and set them out, but I just kind of enjoy company. And then my dad and my uncle Bill hanging out in the living room. The majority of them is buried where they wanted to be buried. So maybe, have that little key urn.
Maybe some of the stuff ain't that crazy around here then. But it's I just know there's a lot of things I consider strange to have in this house that are in this house that need to go, I think. And
make a list and get cleansing, Mooney.
Yeah, I don't think all the general cleansings are doing anything for them. And if anything, I need to put them all and try to put everything that I'm going to keep in one room and then do some spiritual sealing on it.
Yeah, that's
Get rid of that door,
the
dude.
ultimate cleanse and say thank you for the memories. I've got the memories, but these are moving on to a new home. And that's it.
Yeah.
It was weird. I'm sorry to interrupt here. Yeah. Yeah, I moved into a house and it was like a portal. We had kids. And then these spirit energies started to interfere with my kids. Like, they never bothered me. I had paid no heed. And my ex-wife, she kind of picked up a vibe on this. And apparently that died in the basement, and then it was whatnot. But these different energies, like, my kids very sensitive, okay, and they would pick up on these, and they let me because they were bothering my kids all the time. And so I did a few, if you want to call them chants or whatever you want to call them. And I called them up, right, called on them, right, and with energies or whatnots that have my back, right, I called up on them, and I rarely do this, and and everything was okay, right? Like, people, like, we all work in manners, cleansing homes, right?
Yeah.
And and it's very interesting. Like, when, especially antiques, when, like, you were mentioning antique stores. Oh man, I love going into those because you never know what the story is on one. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So that's cool. But yeah, especially when you move into a home, right? Like, Tessa, when I moved into this house, I was forced to move into this. Okay. If I didn't like the vibe, I would different. Right. I'd be freaking a beat. Are you kidding me? Right. And so, yeah, this is my okay. Like, sure.
Yeah. Right. Well, because you're open to this stuff, you can feel it and you can deal with it. I wonder how many people over the years bought furniture or certain from an antique store, brought it into the house, then arguments start or things start, and they wouldn't think, oh, it's maybe this, that, and the other from an antiques, but just they're going for a rough patch or this, or the other. So a lot of things never seem to come to light. But if they had a direct relation, wait a minute, I brought that in, and over weeks things steadily becoming, they'd soon get rid of it. But so it's quite handy that you can
when you mentioned this, right,
and you see things.
Yeah. When I go to yard sales and I pick up something, or like, I like trinkets and stuff, right? Like older stuff, and I'll pick it up and feel it, right? It feels good. I'll bring it home, right? But if I get bad, whatever off it, karma, what I call it, yeah, I leave that alone, right? Yeah. But anything that's already in the house, when I go to a new place or whatever like that, it's interesting where that you can pick that out, right? And if you get a bad vibe off it, work on that, right? And like, okay, who is saying that they're afraid of doing something here?
Me.
I think that was you.
Tessa,
I was talking about scrying.
Yeah. See, you don't be afraid, right? Because you don't really know these energies, right? And you don't, okay, I'm not going to go too deep, but yeah, it's cool to do that.
Well, it's like opening portals, opening doorways, and I think I accidentally do it sometimes. I don't do, but it does happen. And to intentionally do something like that, like, I don't know, if some shit really broke loose around here, like, we have a lot of activity. It has been scary, but it's not the worst of the worst. It's always been something we can handle, knock on wood. But yeah, I'm just like, I don't want to invite different things in. You never know what you're going to get when you do something like that. So it just, I'm really afraid of it, and I'm not ashamed to say so.
All right, we're open-minded people. When's the first time you used a Ouija board? When's the first time you experienced tarot cards or Ouija board?
Okay, tarot cards, I was first introduced at the age of 16, almost 17, and it was bought for me. Like, I saw them and I picked them out, but somebody else bought them for me. which is because it's supposed to be a gift, because it is a gift, and
it's a gift.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was good at that, and yeah, I actually put it down for a while because I did read what was going to happen when I was doing a example reading for my first daughter's
dad. Did you ever
dad.
read your own cards?
Well, it told me,
Did you ever read
and I
your own
used, I used to do that every day. It's kind of like, going to the paper and reading what the, today's horoscope says. It's kind of guidance. It's not like
that's delving. That's deeper.
Excuse me.
But as far as weed went, the only time I ever did it, and it was twice in one night, that was during Hurricane Bonnie at Camp Geiger Campoon, I believe in North Carolina. And, so we were locked down, and that's the only time. I was 18 or 19 when I did it.
And you never touched one since, right?
I've been invited by, my mentors, hey, you want to come over and do Ouija board with us? And I'll film it, but I'm not going to do it.
I'm interested. All right, I'm really interested. What happened during those experiences?
So the first time,
nothing.
I wanted to talk to Mom, and I said, can I talk to Mom? And it said no. And so I was like, fuck you then. I'm just going to go hit that, take a shower. And then I came back and everybody was gone, but the Ouija board was still on my rack, aka bed. And, I didn't know the rules of it because I'd never done it before except for right before I went and took a shower and stuff. But got on there and it just started going off and it was hardcore. It said, tell Gary, Kathy, Greg, John, your dad, I'm okay, everything's gonna be okay, and she's happy, and she can fly, she can go to different dimensions, she can astral hop, go through the universe, whatever she wants to do, she can do, basically. And much like that, and I was super excited. It was weird. Okay, before I passed that incident, I'm using this by myself, and some girls from my platoon come over and they're tapping me, talking to me, shaking me, and I didn't hear or feel them until I finally did, and then I was like, whoa, what's going on? And I don't even know if I actually closed it out. I don't remember saying goodbye or whatever, but I might have. But yeah, I told my dad about it, and he's like, well, that's pretty cool, sis, but what makes you think that was your mom? That could be some other entity trying to trick you and make you think it's your mom, so you'll go back and you'll do it more. But I never went back and did it more. That was enough for me, and that was something that I wanted for a long time. I know it was my mom, but it was weird because right after that I had my first weird what do you call it, where you freeze up in your sleep.
I just want to mention, Tessa, discernment is very important for me. Right, I do a lot of dream stuff, right? Dream work, right? Interdimensional crap, people tease on, and I'll skip out, and I get tricksters all the time, right? And it's discernment. Now, see, you're a very sensitive person. Okay, we all pretty well much know this, and if like you were mentioning, that's your mom's mom, right? But doing it by yourself, like Ouija or cards, by yourself, I never did Ouija myself. But cards, and then I learned myself that and even without cards, it's and whenever asks me anything, Dennis, answer a question, pull a card for me. And I'd say, what's questioned? You get 3 questions, right? And as soon as he asked a question, I said, because they think about it, because they know my rules. And I say, the question is, you just answered your own question, within the question, right? And you got to bring it out, right? And, which is just one easy way to read. But, information that you get from even pendulum work. I do pendulum whenever I feel like it. Right. Pendulum is always the easiest, the best. Medium.
Dowsing rods is easiest for me.
Dowsing. Yeah. Pendulum dowsing. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's good. Oh, I do candle work. I not people know much about that, but whatever. I just speak candles.
Did you say you started sleep paralysis on the first Ouija board there, Tessa?
Yeah, it was right after, I think it was like the very next day or 3 days later, I had my first sleep paralysis. And then I only had it one time after that. That's when I saw like an alien or demonic entity, like darker than the dark, when it smiled at me, its fangs were basically glowing. Like I could see its fangs like dripping saliva off of it. And yeah, it's only happened to me twice. But right after I did the Ouija board the first time is when I first had that happen.
Yeah. So are you getting more clarity in your dream time? Like I always ask these questions with people, like really. And beg my pardon, is it Mike I'm speaking with that's on the
It's Rick. Rick.
Yeah, Rick. You get a lot of paranormal experiences. Like I just call them metaphysical kind of things that are within the boundaries of science, but it's not really included in science. Rick.
Yeah, well, if I'm into stuff, then I can get touches and different things. But if I'm closing it down, then it very rarely gets through. I normally kind of ask sort of past family members, any spirit guides or anything like that. I always say, because the doorman for the club. So if I'm not doing a stage session, which I've been doing experiments on for the last sort of 3 years or more, really getting more into it, because people used to ask me, "Oh, you've captured like EVPs and things. How's about this, that, and the other?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll take a bit of a look at it." And then I thought, primarily I like to do my own things, record my own audio tracks and things like that to use, so nobody can say, "Oh, well, it might be an algorithm in an app that picks up on something you say, so it produces this, that, and the other." So I tried to say, right, I'll do it all, so I know it's above board, which anybody could do their own, their own thing. So you're not
I'm following you.
Anyone, and then when you get answers that are forward from backwards audio that you've recorded yourself, you say, well, it definitely was no forwards audio in there, so it's been manipulated, and I've got an answer to a question, and then hopefully the people who know you know that you're not messing about with them, and then there's always the people who never believe. If their own grandmother appeared at them, they'd always say it was some sort of dream or something going on. So I record all my stuff unedited, although Tessa's played some of my recordings edited, because obviously she's not going to take 20 minutes or half an hour of a show up just with my audio and waffling and over and nosing down. So I edited little sections out for a show. I think that was about a year or two ago. And I had some interesting questions on it, but I can shut down quite well. I know some people say, I can't shut down, this can happen and that can happen, but it's very, very rare that I'll have anything physically feel like it's touching me or anything. If I've closed down, if I've opened up a session, sometimes it'll feel like I've been touched on the ear or on the side of the hand, or I know I feel like a pressure in the back of the neck, and I feel something's there, and then I sort of write down on my notepad the time, glance at my watch, and then when I'm reviewing the audio, sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I think, oh, I started that feeling, and about 5 seconds or 10 seconds later, there's a voice comes on, says something, and I think, okay, perhaps it was really close. But yeah, I can shut down really quite well, so unless I really want them to try and communicate with me, the doorman do the job really quite well, so I don't find I have any unusual dreams or any interaction when I don't want it to happen. Problems.
So you can shut your emotion and you can shut off pretty well.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Yeah, that's not easy to do.
Mm-hmm. I just put great faith in when I ask them to be the doorman, as it were, the custodian of the gateway to communication with me, to say, no, I'm not doing a session, so I don't want to know. I seem to be really good at doing it.
See, that's the thing I was mentioning to like Tessa, right? The discernment, right? Because I get different energies coming at me all the time, and I got to figure out where it's coming from, like why it's here, what's like I don't even give them benefit of the doubt. It's like I always question.
Mm-hmm.
I rarely trust, like even in real life or whatever it is. I trust. I make believe that I trust people, just so that it's like you get close to your people
you trick
that
yourself.
don't trust or whatever like that. No, I try to trick them and that I trust them, so I can get more information out of them. But I won't feed them anything. I'll just feed them bullshit, right? Because I know they
Dennis does that to me a lot.
I'm paranoid. I'm paranoid.
Love you, Dennis. Love you.
I hear sometimes people will say, I can't shut down. I say, well, how do you try? Oh, I just can't answer if they at me. And I say, yeah, but when they call, are you always answering, as it were? If you're always picking up the phone, then everybody jumps on the bandwagon. Oh, and then they'll react to it. So if you try not reacting to it, not picking up the phone, not trying to carry on the dialogue, say, no, me time, it's this, it's whatever, then hopefully they'll get the picture of the rest of them and say, oh, well, no, it's not ready for it. You'll have to wait till they open up, or they're doing this, or they're doing that. And then, but a lot of people say, oh, no, they just won't leave me alone, so I end up doing it. And I say, well, that perhaps has caused a little bit more of a problem, because you're the one that they always know you've got the openness, so you're always going to carry it on. So try and not. But, sometimes it's easier said than done, especially if you've done it for quite a long time. You're the first person who'll come to.
Disconnect, right?
Yeah.
And people ask me, like, how can you do that, Dennis? It's easy, like, move on to other things, right? It's like,
and I think the more you practice it, the easier it becomes.
You have the intention, say, back tomorrow at 7 o'clock, I'll be glad to try and communicate with you, but until then, I'm interested. If they're bothered, they'll come back at 7 o'clock next day.
Store's closed.
Well, again,
that's it.
Yes, yeah, that's all.
Generally, as a rule, I'll say, look, I might be doing a session tomorrow or whatever, I'll let you know, but don't try and communicate with me outside these sessions, and that's it.
That's it, man.
You won't get an answer.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it.
Right? My time. Okay? No pressure. Okay? Oh, serious, man. Yeah. And yeah, I really don't like being pushed by other people, right? Like things. Anything. Like I'm obligated to certain things. I have responsibilities to certain things. I own those certain things, right? But if people pressure me, I'm not gonna start swearing or nothing like that. No. No. Not gonna do it.
Not gonna do it. Gonna be perfect.
No.
Are we missing anything on chat, Tessa? Because I can't see my phone.
No, right after Dennis said hello to Sky, who was like, hey, I'm going to come back because he didn't want to hear any COVID bullshit. Yeah, Dennis said, hello, Sky, and then I haven't seen anything else. I don't know if I deferred or anything during the break, and this could be a whole different station.
You've got that many things to look at: Skype, Spreaker, all sorts of chats on your side.
Keeps it fun. But yeah, it's pretty quiet in the chat. And over here too. Moon's probably over in his lab shade.
If you've got questions and you want our opinions on it, ask away.
Indeed. Anything paranormal, or freaking alien or UFO or whatever. I don't know if you guys noticed, but there's been a lot, like for me, a lot more UFO activity than in the past. I've had so many sightings this year. It's been pretty amazing. I don't think they're trying to hide anymore. Yeah. They're just like out there.
It definitely shut up when people got more time on their hands to actually look up at the sky. And I was working from home and various things, and that's sort of best part of 2 years, isn't it, really? A lot more reported, whereas I guess when you was working, coming in tired, doing whatever, and generally getting on with your day, you probably didn't have as much time to look up at the skies. So I've seen a lot more reported, and a lot more sensitives getting overwhelmed. So the added deaths across the world added onto the usual daily stuff. So some people have many a cleansing bath to try and chill.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on with this pandemic thing, right? And you know, I'm thinking like years ago, thinking something's going to happen. It's not World War I, World War II. Something's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to be, an asteroid or World War III. I have no idea. But after this pandemic, whenever it subsides, whatever like that, society is never the same. But it used to be 2.5 years ago, or whatnot. Everything's changed. Big Brother is like so entrenched now with like COVID shots and everything like that, vaccine shots. You know, you're numbered, you're labeled. It doesn't matter if people think that you're chipped or whatever. I don't care about that, right? But you still got a card, you still got to need a passport, this and that, the other thing, and blah 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 blah. And it's never going to be the same. We might eventually be able to go sit at a bar and like at a regular bar where like 7 or 8 people, you know, sit by the bar, talk to the bartender without a freaking shield or a mask or something in front of them. Yeah. I don't know, man.
We're not turning it to a win and appreciate each other a bit more if that comes about.
See, this is a shift in consciousness that's been leading up for like quite some many decades, right? And it's going to snap break. Well, guess what? Guess what? It's snapped and broke. All right, and they talk about the veils being broken, etc. Oh yeah, man, the veil has been broken a long time ago. Now we're just navigating through those everything now, and a lot of the people's lemmings, right? A lot of wandering and wandering around. Yeah, a lot of them are snapping into it. Okay, and many are not. But those, I call those like beating a dead horse. Right? Can't feed, can't give it no water. Right? There's plenty of horses that are hungry that are just looking for something.
Yeah, I can lead a horse to water.
And the other ones just they don't care. No, you can't make a drink, right? Because there's other horses that are thirsty that will. All right, so you just leave that one. Blah, blah, blah. All right, what are you gonna do? Right? And it's like, okay, this is an analogy, a brain thing. That you see a picture, cartoon with a bunch of lemmings running off a cliff, right? And everybody's running to their suicide, right? And there's Dennis about 8 feet down off the cliff in a little hole that sticks his hand out. That'll try to reach one every 100 lemmings and try to pull them in as they're flying by. Right? It's like, all right, I got you. No, I can't. All right, you're gone. No, I'm waiting for you, Bob. Whatever. So there's gonna come a time where the lemmings are gonna, not be so blinded by running with the fucking crowd. It's like these fish in the ocean, fish, where one goes and they all dart the other the same way. The other, it's like what do they call it? Mental, conscience. I don't know what it is. Like a pod, they all together. Oh,
a school?
No, I'm stuck.
School pod?
Well, school of fish. It's
like a flock mentality.
Yeah, what do you call it?
That's a flock mentality.
I know the word.
A lemming of lemmings. I don't know.
A lemmings thing was made up, wasn't it, for a Disney thing, and they chucked them all off the siding anyway, so that wasn't real.
Well, we're basically all we're one with all. We're one within all that is. Shares all the same source or universal energy, universal source core or conscious energy. All right, whatever that is. God consciousness, and we share that. And when we connect together in that manner, in a conscious manner within this 3D, if you want to call it that 3D, it's really 4, whatever. And it's become more a gathering, like it'd be mentioned, it's like tons of years ago, I don't know. But it's coming into a gathering, right? And that conscious energy of on this planet, not, let alone this planet, you know, like even universal, like or close by friends, if you want to call it. All right, I'm not playing around with you, okay? Get it?
Yeah, you're not playing around with me.
Sorry. No, I'm serious.
Orion's belt up.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And yeah. So I think we all, you know, like a lot of us didn't choose and pick this time to be here.
I don't know. I think we all picked. I think we all had the whether or not we were going to come here, and we knew how fun it was going to be, and we specified. Because what an adventure!
It's like an assignment. I know, right? It's like you can't miss this, man.
That's right, baby.
Happened in humankind history. You know? So, alright, throw me in here. I can come back again if I want. I'll just check it out later. Whatever.
Well, on that note, we are going to go to our second music break. On this break, again, we have Miss Tamara Bubble from the greater New York area with Out the Mud, as well as Pringles, because, you know, once you eat one, you gotta have another. Then we got Griff from Toronto, Canada with Let Freedom Ring. And then we also have Prime Example, which Roy Washington is a member of, and he is our musical host. And they'll be singing Dance Machine, and that's featuring Miss Carolyn Giles. What a talented, wonderful young lady. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this musical break.
I get that feeling under me tight, and I'm okay on when I'm out at sea. Soak up the heavens in the daytime. Promise you'll keep sunshine on my feet. Somebody pinch me, this is juicy, juicy. Squeeze out this warm glow on my cheek. Sweet dreams, told me don't let go. Sing through the night. Sweet dreams, please don't tell me lies. Take me by surprise. It's gonna be different now. That's what they say. It's gonna be different how when it's steady pouring rain. We're stepping out the mud. Yeah, we on our way. We're stepping out the mud. We gon' be okay. Ain't got to live in dirt. I walk through, walk through. Ain't got to deal with what I won't do, won't do. We stepping out the mud. Yeah, we on our way. Run your way up out the mud. We gon' be okay. Ain't gon' do me dirty. You gon' do me right, right. Give me all the sunshine I need in my life, life. Ain't gon' do me dirty. You gon' do me right, right. Give me all the sunshine I need in my life. I get the feeling under moonlight. Put a little two-step to my beat. I should be dancing 'cause it feels right. Shake it, shake it, shake it with the breeze. Now
here's a scoop. You can still be a slave, you're whipped and loop. That's the truth. Got big houses, nice cars. That's real cute, but it doesn't mean nothing. You ain't free to choose. When I say free to choose, no alarm clock, don't gotta hit the snooze. The world is backwards, I'm so confused. They say freedom of speech, but when you speak your mind, they blow a fuse. Just being honest, common sense ain't common. It's kind of ironic. My freedom, I recently bought it. Now I'm a target if I do the wrong thing or say the wrong thing. Come on, man. Let freedom ring. Yeah. United States become divided states. The world is filled with all kinds of shades, and still resegregate. Parents separate from the children, that's not okay. We should be free to laugh and play. Do it now before you pass away. Fight for what's right, enough for everybody to get a piece of the pie. Brainwash, social media full of lies. Go to work, pay bills, then you die. Need a breakaway, guns, get rid of the AKs. Our ancestors paved way since the slave days, but we still hurting. Carry that burden. Stop playing victim. Beat the system. Love is love. It should be shown. Can't grow unless you leave your comfort zone. This I know. I learned all this from the mentorship. Kids don't know what independent is. Take advantage what your parents did. Go against the grid. You have to. Like going to the bathroom. Learn the right songs. Cause of Matthew. Liberty like statue. They call now the present. Cause it's a gift. It should be cherished. Last name fearless. Not Harris. All thanks to my parents' parents. Now, love the last name every time that I hear it. Cause I know what it represents. Climb the fence. So now I got freedom. Such a beautiful thing. Freedom. Such a wonderful thing. Freedom. Such a beautiful thing. Freedom. Such a wonderful thing.
feeling it, breathing it. Saying it, doing it, running it, Bentley. I'm a natural winner. I'm the one that you invite to meet your parents for dinner. Cause I can take a couple L's and I'ma bounce right back. Just so you and all your friends can hit the bounce like that. Cause I'm seeing it, loving it, feeling it, breathing it. Saying it, doing it, running it, Bentley. I'm a natural winner. I'm the one that you invite to meet your parents for dinner. Cause I can take a couple L's and I'ma bounce right back. Just so you and all your friends can hit the bounce like that. Cause I'm a lover and a fighter and a giver and a pleasure and pain and boss deliver it out. Yeah, I make this look real easy. Everybody hate Chris, but I'ma win like breezy. But I started later on the way to the top and can't stop, so don't push not one button on this elevator. They try to push my buttons to start levitating, rise above it all. I can tell that you fake when you're shaking my hand, and the smile on your face shows me even you're greeting and meeting and love is hating. I'm actually amazing, but modestly saying I ain't waiting for cosigns or playlists, cause I ain't nowhere close to my greatness. I don't do all that boasting, just make hits. Yo, I don't do all that posting, naked pics for likes, and I ain't make this up, I can't fake this. Seeing it, loving it, feeling it, breathing it. Saying it, doing it, running it, Bentley. I'm a natural winner. I'm the one that you invite to meet your parents for dinner. Cause I can take a couple L's and I'ma bounce right back. Just so you and all your friends can hit the bounce like that. Cause I'm seeing it, loving it, feeling it, breathing it. Saying it, doing it, running it, Bentley. I'm a natural winner. I'm the one that you invite to meet your parents for dinner. Cause I can take a couple L's and I'ma bounce right back. Just so you and all your friends can hit the bounce like that. Cause I'm the one you gon' call when you're lonely. I'm the new girl on the block, you gon' show off to your homies. I'm telling you now, we gon' vibe in the booth. How you crave another feature like I'm your sweet tooth. All my people wanna see me shine, but I don't pray for you to fall, cause I don't play with karma. When I slide through, it's gon' be bad timing. Like, watch out, little homie, watch out. I'm
poppin' like
Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big baby money grip. I be stacking them chips. Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big baby money grip. I be stacking them. I ain't never been afraid of a strange beat. New track from the crates, but the same me. Lights on, bills paid, bring the same heat. Couldn't picture me spend the same unless you bring me. Low key, humble brag, never change me. New money coming in, the bank's changing. The quarters to dollars to checks every hour. That money come in when I sleep or I shower. That's motivation, that dedication. I can see my dreams, I'm already chasing. That bezel clean, and watch me embrace it. I'm a single girl that already taken like a stick-up kid. They already shaking. No Harlem, Brooklyn, being known for break-ins. Bubble on deck, being known for caking. Stacking and saving that move up out the hood money. This that we been eating good money. This that really wish you would, homie. This that see you laughing but broke ain't funny. So get up out the hood, homie. Ain't no rentals over here, dummy. And no, they don't really think that we own it. Who we been poppin', look on. Love the money, but the money love me long time it on. Yeah, them bills, so got the money with my own ground. That move up out the hood money. This that we been eating good money. This that really wish you would, homie. Who we been poppin' like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big baby money grip. I be stacking them chips. Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big baby money grip. I be stacking them. I ain't never been afraid of investing. I'm talking more than dice games and I'm scratch offs. Lottery jackpots and hundreds of millions. So who you think they making money on the backs of? Ain't no gambling today. Ain't no gambling with my money. That I built up, got my money strong, yeah, my money long, it's my money song. Not one business, but no business. Natural growth, I mean no business. New growth like my natural hair. Yeah, I'm 10 toes down in the show business. Like back up off, man, ain't no move around no business. Bring the track up with the tracks out in the booth way. Steady running your mind, talking this and that. But it's that, move up out the hood money. This that, we been eating good money. This that, really wish you would, homie. This that, see you laughing, but broke ain't funny. So get up out the hood, homie. Ain't no rentals over here, dummy. And no, they don't really think that we own it. Who we been poppin', look on. Love the money, but the money love me long time it on. Yeah, them bills, so got the money with my own ground. That move up out the hood money. This that, we been eating good money. This that, really wish you would, homie. Who we been poppin' like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Pringles in the whip. I be stacking them chips like Pringles in the can. All the money really got me dancing. Big baby money grip. I be stacking them chips.
Well, back, and thank you so much for joining us this evening on We Are Paradox Media's Late in the Rockies. It is a WAPM Halloween free-for-all. Generally, we do a Paradox normal forum on site, but, 2 nights of us, that's just too much, so we just did one night. And it's pretty laid back. I'm surprised. Moon's over there wearing his lampshade, but it's still, pretty calm in here. Welcome back, fellas.
Hello. Sorry, I was having a little technical issue there. I'm back. Hopefully.
Yes.
I'm from the UK, everybody. How's it going?
So yeah, here it's 9:15. What time is it over there?
16 minutes past 3 in the morning, in the AM.
Is Moon back? We got Champ, we have Jay from Diecast and Racing, we have Rick Kirkby from the UK, and Mr. Moon, aka Kevin McDougall, from Ohio. If he's still there, he might be fixing some tea or something. Welcome back. So, you're awfully quiet. I was asking on the break if anyone recently has been having any sort of experiences. And really quiet, just like this. I was like, maybe they just didn't hear me.
Yeah.
No, not really. I think think most of now is a big paranormal experience going on in the world. How's that? I think what's going on pales in comparison. I think UFOs were to land and aliens were to come out, we'd be like, oh, fucking finally.
About damn time. I know. And it was funny, like earlier when Skywatcher was like, hey, I'm going to tune back in later because, I don't want to hear about this COVID shit. But I'm like, this is paranormal. This is beyond normal for us, and we're still trying to get used to it. And our little minds around it. But yeah, it's been insane. So many different things along the lines of that. But let's not get back into that. But yeah, it really is paranormal, I say. It is not normal to me. Okay, so there's been earthquakes, there's been volcanoes, I think, that are still going off. Really bad storm shenanigans. Lots of UFO sightings and weird otherworldly things.
And they were talking about a solar flare earlier on. Was it solar flare, you said?
Yeah, that's what it said. Like one of the largest solar flares we've had, and I think we've had a couple glitches with the show tonight, but otherwise it's pretty free and going, and so I haven't really noticed a lot of that, and maybe I slept through it, I'm not sure, but supposedly Halloween and the major solar flare collided, so I'm not sure. I don't feel anything different. I don't know. It's just something they're saying out there.
Apologize. There's a few technical issues here, so I'm sounding okay.
Yeah, you're sounding good.
Cool, thank you. Yeah. So that should be nice. It's okay, let's come back. Maybe it's my end. Anyway, sorry everybody if you're getting that shushing noise in the audio.
No.
But,
maybe it's because everybody's so quiet. Where's the moon? Yeah, I don't know. The moon!
he said he was coming back, for sure. He was having a little break.
I think we're going back to, it's not a new moon, it's the quarter moon. Here on the 28th.
Are we missing any questions from anywhere, Tessa?
Nope. None whatsoever. Yeah, and if you guys call in with your very own ghost story or anything creepy you want to share, call us at 970-335-9596. That's 970-335-9596 if you want to call in with your ghost story. Because I love hearing people's experiences. And everybody's so quiet. You guys. Jeez. Something, anything.
Yeah, no questions. Just ask again. If we know the answer, we'll always try our best of our ability to try and answer the question. Especially if it's paranormal related, obviously.
Okay, so you were talking earlier about one of our past shows that we did, and you were talking about poltergeist. We were talking about poltergeist, and you had said something, and then you're like, no, that's not what exactly I meant. So did you want to clarify when you feel that poltergeists are most likely to happen? Or
Yeah, I think it was during perhaps the second hour of the show, which would have normally have been somewhere past 4 o'clock in the morning for myself. And I think I said pre-pubescent and whatnot, which what it really meant was entering puberty. Apparently, if you've got a female in the house, entering puberty is one of the classic times for a poltergeist activity to kick off. Not all the time, but that seems to be where the legit points to. And I said, you best not listen to it on YouTube. I thought, I must be there and it's the wrong thing. And there was no doubt listeners, what's he talking about? Doesn't he mean whatever? So I'm not sure. I think I tracked it down on YouTube and put a comment there. But just to clarify, that's what I meant. I meant as they were starting puberty. So if your daughters, of which I've got 2, maybe fun and games. You've got daughters, you've got a teenage daughter, and but hopefully there's other pieces that into place, but
Yeah,
in the
and I'm going to be a
literature, it seems to
grandma in
be
February.
things can happen in around that.
Yay!
Oh, congratulations! You kept that happy.
Thank you. I'm still trying to wrap my brain around it. I still haven't got any baby clothes or anything. I'm still in denial, I think. But, she's almost 22 years old. It's like she's 16 or something. It's just, I don't know. Really strange for me.
When do you allow the grace to come through without dying then? Now that's on grey already, I'm just saying. Where's the cut-off point? Us guys, we don't normally dye our hair, but ladies normally dye the hair every month. So then you never know if they've got a grey hair coming through, but they're always first one to point it out at you. And then I say, hey, stop dyeing your hair, we'll see how many you've got. And then we become a nana or a grandma or whatever you prefer to be called.
I haven't ever dyed my hair.
Dyeing your hair and let it grow through? Oh, well, I can't tell. It's not exactly 4K feet, but you know me, I'm not going to offend you, Tessa. I'm just saying, if it came through, would you let it go naturally? Would you say, look, I'm a grandma, I'm still young, I can rock it, or would you be like, pass me the dye quick? Are you going to grow all disgracefully or gracefully?
Yeah, I used to pluck them. Then I heard, if you pluck them, then more grow back in its place. Kind of in vengeance or something. So, they're there. I'm sure I can. Oh, see, there's one there. There's a silver one. But yeah, they're few and far between.
Some people can be lucky. You can get stress-related grey, and then when stress levels drop down, it comes back. But if it's totally gone, then you just got to live with it or die your hair.
Yeah,
you think about it,
we're like
normal. We're like ghosts. Just have a grey hair. Be a ghost of your former brunette, black hair, whatever.
So, Robert, if you are in denial, don't visit Egypt. It is a good day to die, he said.
Is that from down under?
That's well, but we're into the after party. It's active thing. It's very quiet here, and me and Rick are kind of floundering. We're kind of floundering.
I can't see any chat at the moment, but are you having a good evening, morning, whatever it is at your end? I know it's 25 a.m. for me.
Afternoon or
yeah. It's probably enjoying a nice cup of tea and Lucky's crisp.
Right.
Hey, Sleepy, how are you? I think Sleepy follows me on Instagram, I believe. I'm sure something come up, and I think it's Dave.
Yeah, I got locked out of the account because my growth. I don't remember my password. I haven't tried. I can do it.
Yeah. I think we jump on there, but I don't really get much on Twitter. Yeah. So anybody, any questions for Paranormal, for somebody in the chat, that'd be great.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, when we were talking before the show about EVPs and stuff like that, people are saying, oh, Halloween, that's when the veil is thinnest, that's when it's best to communicate with the dead, but due to our experience, it can happen any time of the day. They're just like you and I, once living beings as well. They don't just come out at night. What are some of the best EVPs you've ever gotten? Some of the ones I heard, I think it was a dozen or something. Those were awesome. But I think you get a lot.
Well, most of my ITC sessions, I normally announce them out into the ether as you would, and I'll say I'll be starting around 2:00 in the afternoon or 3:00, and then open up to it and run the session and come what may. But like I said, I've got some of my best recordings in the middle of summer on Wednesday afternoon. It's not been Halloween. I've not been in a supposed hot location, and although I wouldn't recommend anybody just doing things in their own home, I guess sometimes you get to a certain level of, within the field that you've got the intention, you've got the belief, you've put your protection in place, and you like to think that the best of us can get caught out, but I feel comfortable enough to open and close it down and what may do the sessions at home. I wouldn't recommend anybody just starting that up, but yeah, I can get some of the best voices answers to my questions on any day of the week at any time. It doesn't have to be 3 in the morning or 12 midnight or anything like that, or Halloween. If you're open to it, like I can see Rob's nodding there. If you open up to it, it's basically a party. You hand out the invitations, and hopefully, if you just run on the equipment, you may get some. But I always like to say, right, I'm going to be doing one today. They'll be starting at 2:00, and before 2:00, I'll open up and I'll invite them in, and everybody's got their little techniques, and then I try and start in and around the time that I've said, if not done, after opening up, and it seems to work. It seems to work for me. If I was just to randomly set the equipment up and do it, would I get some answers? Quite possibly, but I always seem to think it's a lot better when I've opened the invitation up and given them a time, whether or not they perceive time as we do, perhaps not, but if they've been an earthly spirit, say soul from a past human or whatnot, I guess they've got an idea of what it is. And if there's other interdimensional entities, if that's how we're going to describe them, and nobody knows, they've got a concept and they know that you're gearing stuff up. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be Halloween for me, and I'm sure Rob knows I'm and Sleepy. You can have them come in sometimes when you lease it, and you can get some of the best stuff any day, and that's what I've found. And generally, VP, that can work anyway. You can. I mean, obviously, during the day, there's certain factors, noise pollution, and various things like that. So, if I'm using backwards audio and I'm in the kitchen and it's generally a quiet day, and it's generated through the backwards audio, and you've got some forward conversation, nobody can say, well, that could have been someone a couple of streets over, and you're like, no, look at it, it's not like an external noise, and I didn't necessarily hear it at the time, I heard it on the. But yeah, Halloween gets this big, mysterious thing from history and whatnot, but yeah, it can happen anytime. Just people try and enjoy it once a year, and us guys, we like to enjoy it 24/7 or as much as we can.
It's Halloween every day.
Yeah, it can be if you've got enough time.
I wish.
But yeah,
you can
catch your voices.
Hello, Robert.
Hello, Tessa.
Hey, Rob.
Hey, Rick.
Happy Halloween!
Hey, Jason. Hey, Mooney.
Damn,
How was your Halloween?
Rick is, hasn't he? Aren't you?
I think so, yeah. We're at 1:31 p.m. on Monday, the 1st of November.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 3:31 in the AM on the 1st of November. You've got the afternoon 1:00. Cool.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Past, present, and future all in one conversation.
Here we are. Well, how was your Halloween, Robert? Like, did you have any weirdness?
No, it was rather plain. The friend's brother's place going up on fire down near our old place, our old workshop. About 7 houses, 7 places to. No, I don't know if it's to north anyway. So up that street, with a corner, across the corner, and up 6 or 7 houses. The place just caught on fire. We don't know if I haven't heard anything back. We don't know if it was suspicious or not, but it was the place beside the friend's place. So the friend's place, their roof caught on fire because of the flames of the other place, but haven't heard anything back from that. So we don't know if it was suspicious or not.
Hey, it's Halloween, not bonfire night. That's next week.
The roof is on
Exactly.
fire. Oh my goodness.
I'm on the light my fire. I'm on
Here
the
we go.
light my fire. You know that it would be too.
Good.
It's
Halloween
really
fan.
nice. It's not the usual forum concept, but it's cool.
It's a Halloween free-for-all, so this is not a forum, this is a free-for-all, so feel free to act and speak freely.
Free for all.
Free for all.
Free for all.
Cafe. Free for all. Free. No,
It's a Sunday.
That's right. That's so weird. And so I had my next door app, and I was like, yeah, what is everybody doing for Halloween? Like, the city of Bayfield said certain neighborhoods will be partaking in Halloween on Halloween, which is the norm. But some people are weird about Sundays, so I was just curious. You know, businesses shut down, different things happen, and yeah, I didn't know if people were like, you know, Friday we're doing it, or Saturday, or just 3 days.
Down here, it's not as big as up there. Like, several houses and I think a couple of streets that did something for it, like they were giving out the candy and whatnot to kids and trick-or-treating. They made a whole list, and there were about 60, 70 places between here and Gracemere. Gracemere is the next little sort of town over. And there were more in, which is a smaller place than here in Riccarton. So, yeah, I don't know. I went around during the day trying to get to the places, but there were no places done up. There was one place called Mills Avenue that were meant to have a whole lot, but all I saw was one building that was done up. And while I was taking a photo, there was a woman watching me from across the street.
Karen, her name was Karen.
It's not. No wonder they're burning places down.
So I ever wondered if you was going to go raid a sweetie jar, Rob? Sorry, candies for the Americans.
I feel you.
Sweet.
I don't need to.
Unless of them white sticks in a packet, and we call these sticks. But that's it. Off candy sticks. The rest are sweet. And they're all biscuits, unless they're all biscuits, unless the round ones are chocolate chip. Then they're chocolate chip cookies.
You say biscuit?
Well, I know you Americans like biscuits, but it's like a pastry.
Oh yeah, especially with that sausage gravy, baby. Some bun honey.
Runts.
He's got some glow in the dark moon now. So look at him, he's got his mystic balls.
That's my blue ball.
Actually, so tall, is it? Let's get back into that.
Remember Mr. Papa Smurf over there with his blue balls.
Yeah, that was a conversation.
That's a cool.
I remember photoshopping some Smurfs into that. I've got that.
That's awesome. Somewhere. Good times, yeah.
There's now people at home totally wondering what we're on about. You'll have to step back.
That's why you gotta come to the after party, because otherwise, you know,
it
didn't happen. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we have too much fun and sometimes too much drama, but you know, such is life. When in Rome, do as the Romans. Oh my goodness.
Quick, bring the lion.
So yeah, I feel like the audible. I haven't looked to see if Robert's wearing a costume. Nope, nobody but me is wearing. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? When'd you get on me? Jeez. Where's your sense of adventure? I feel like the oddball now.
It's a lot to wear a costume on a day. I think. I'll just check what temperature it is. Hang on.
Let's have it in integrate, and then you can American it in Fahrenheit for them.
Yeah, like you're saying, it's bigger over here than it is over there. But what about the whole Celtic part of it, you know? Like, why is it bigger over here than over there? You'd think it'd be bigger over there than over here, but... because we all immigrated, and carried on that, like, you know, child within us. I don't know.
26.6, but feels like 29 Celsius.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, Celsius is always.
It's 22.2 here.
29.95 Fahrenheit. Yeah.
Everybody goes, oh, it's really hot. It's like 90 Fahrenheit. So just tell it in new money, please. It's like 32 cents ago. That's better.
Yeah, it's 22.2 here.
That was lovely.
Times by 3, what do you get?
Sorry, the hood. That sounds late for the...
In the
I
hood.
think me and Rob are closer in English. You guys don't call it candy, do you, in Australia? Is it candy, not sweets?
Yes,
Sweets.
candy.
Lollies. Lollies
So we call it sweets.
and
Sweet.
toothnuts and
Sweets and biscuits.
Sweets.
And cookies are totally different mixture. Oatmeal cookies,
yeah,
chocolate chip.
you toss your cookies.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Here we toss the salad.
Mama.
Mama.
Phantom Quinn. Apologies.
Quantum Quinn. What?
No, I'm not going to repeat it. Rob knows what I said.
I'll just have to listen to the replay.
Apologies to people in the UK and what I said.
If you're listening, apologies. I don't know. I think we're
I think Nick was on about some activity there in the chat. Was that correct?
What?
Nick was on about a disembodied voice, somebody running through the house. You'd have to check the chat on here.
Holy shit. I believe it, because like I said, when you look at that background, sometimes things pop through. It's like, what the hell was that? Either there's things hanging out there with Nick. Kind of creepy.
Yeah, and if they're coming at 90 degrees, there is guardian angles. Sorry, Roger. Yes,
Okay,
I believe
so
he put.
he said my mom was in the apartment. It was in the morning. She hears what sounds like a woman kind of right above us, but it wasn't. I think on the same morning she saw somebody running in the hallway. Creepy.
It's been recent, Nick.
And they just moved like this last year, right? So this is a new place for you. So that's pretty interesting. I wonder who's hanging out. What about your girlfriend? Do you have a girlfriend that passed away? Makes me wonder. So like Rick asked, is that recent or has this been following you from place to place? Me wonder. I don't know. I'm kind of picking up on your...
Nick's typing his answer, so we'll get an answer.
Yeah, I'm kind of picking up on his female friend that passed away. I think it was like right before he moved. But it could be something from before then. But yeah, I'm picking up on her for sure. Let me look into the crystal ball. Just kidding. That's what I'm getting. Papa Smoke.
Yeah, I think Tessa was saying a female friend of yours, Nick, who's recently passed. And if the activity is recent, which it possibly is because you've just moved. He said he's never had one. Do you mean a friend to girl? Not necessarily a girlfriend. Is that what you said?
Not like, that's my girlfriend. It's a friend that was a girl that you were pretty close to, and didn't she get really... I thought she got really sick and passed, but that could have been somebody else. But I'm picking on a female friend that you had that did pass away suddenly, and that was really sad. I think it's her.
Yeah. Oh, Nick's typing the answer.
Yeah, Shauna Hunter. I think that sounds familiar. I think it's Shauna. Shauna Hunter. Yeah.
Moon, is your cat licking the camera?
It looks like
Well, hello there.
I would, Nick, if it's not causing you a problem, approaching in your day to day, I acknowledge it, perhaps speak out, and if you believe it's sure it's picking up, and acknowledge your presence, and That'd be pretty cool. If it's causing problems, now we can discuss that further. Rob and Tess and myself and Sleepy and whatnot could advise. But if it's a friend just making the cell phone, letting you know that they've passed and everything is good, then I wouldn't worry about it. Add to that, Rob? Anybody?
Yeah, I think just
If
hanging out with
it's
them,
not
like,
causing a problem, if there's no problem being caused, then yeah, just acknowledge it, say hi, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sorry that Tess. I didn't mean to take the reins there.
no, it's just weird. Like, what the hell is going on with Mooney's cat? Like, that's kind of freaky.
It's like
the cat cleaning your camera? Is that the carpet? Or are you okay?
Now you've got a licked camera. Can't see out of.
It's licked.
We've got an answer from.
No, but I feel like it's her, and she's hanging out, like, you know, she always wished she could hang out like this, but not his, and I think she's watching over you, and I think she'll be there until you decide to go to the other side. I think she's going to be like your guardian. She's going to try to look out for you and make sure you're taken care of. I don't get anything negative off of it.
Have you seen his reply there? Underneath name? His type, when she passed away, her brother was stopped talking to me. If it's not been so long, I wouldn't read much of that. Everybody grieves in their own way, and maybe he's shutting himself away from most people and taking some time. I wouldn't take that personally. That's my opinion on it. I'm sure that it's nothing personal.
Yeah, it's nothing personal against you. It's just trying to get through this moment, and sometimes that's what people do. They'll push people away, and they'll go into their little cocoon and try to re-heal and recohabitate or whatnot, you know. Nothing against you, but yeah, people have to heal in their own way, and sometimes people withdraw. I do that. I think it's healthy, but you know, I think it's just everybody things in their own way. But yeah, I think it's your friend that you were saying, Miss Iska. That's pretty interesting. What do you think? You feel the same way? I'm just wondering what you pick up on. Do you get a negative feeling, or are you just bummed because the temperature change in the room, or you've heard her say things? Does it sound like her? You think it could be Shauna? I want to know. Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, Nick's typing, so hopefully.
Yeah, it says right here, the champ is tapping. Yeah, he said, when she passed away, her brother suddenly stopped talking to me. And yeah, that's a pretty normal thing for people to do. I withdraw sometimes, just to get through my shit, because otherwise I might lash out, and I don't mean to, but I know I will, so I just kind of try to keep it to myself. So I think that's what he's trying to do, and I think they were so close that they kind of felt like twins. Even though they weren't twins, they felt like they were, because they were so close. They got each other through a lot of things. But yeah, it's nothing against you whatsoever. It's just his way of trying to process this and heal from it. Sounds like the hellhound was released into the backyard. Woof! Woof! Hurt!
Looks like Mooney's checking for moles.
I had one drawn on here last night. It's funny, when I was reading, I could see it going up and down. I'm like, that's very distracting. I was like, what the hell? Oh yeah, it's that thing I drew on my lip, like Marilyn Monroe shit.
Just draw a lovely desert island with some palm trees on its lovely beauty spot.
Yeah, it's still there, kind of faded. I should redraw it on. Oh my goodness. Now I'm gonna have to alert the house. Who the fuck let the skunk dog in the backyard? You know, you'd think they'd know the rules by now, Rick, but I don't think they care.
Yeah, Nick's just typed, please ask Shauna, why doesn't Greg to me, I think, talk to me? We were best buds before Shauna passed away.
Okay, so
If it's been very recent, it's probably, he's grieving, isn't he? Like,
but I was
I'm
gonna
sorry,
say,
Tessa.
if it's been a while and you haven't reached out for a while, try again, because he might respond this time because he's gotten past certain things. But yeah, sometimes, like me, and I even told my sister this, got her out of the homeless camp, and she's now living in my side yard. But I was like, I have so much shit on my plate. Any more shit upon my plate, it's gonna teeter this way or that. So please don't do that to me, because then I'm gonna lose my shit. But yeah, he might just have his plate full. He's only got so much he can handle, and just talking to you, that would remind him of her, and so many different things associated with that. But I would try again. If you haven't in a while, go ahead and try to reach out again and be understanding, and just know he's just going through that healing process. That's what I think.
Definitely give it time. Yeah. Give it the time, and then when you feel it's been quite a bit of time, you never know, he might be thinking, I ain't heard from Nick. Why has not contacted me? So,
or he may be feeling guilty, so it's hard for him to reach out, because he's like, man, what's this person going to say? If you reach out to him, that just might be the thing he's looking for, So feel free to do that, for sure. Reach out again, don't give up.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Hey buddy, house stays
Poke.
and leave it. See. Yeah, that's it.
Did you just poke me?
I'd rather receive a text and not reply to it, but know someone's reaching out, and then hopefully in time you can reply and say, I'm so sorry, I was in a bad place, I was keeping everyone at arm's length, it's nothing, but carry on from there. So I'm definitely don't think it's personal towards you, Nick. You could just deal with grief and emotions in all different time frames. But definitely, like Tessa said, if it's been a fair few weeks or months, you can reach out with a text, see where it goes. If it's been literally a few weeks, then it's maybe too raw at the moment, but I wouldn't take it personally.
Yeah, and it's been, I think, long enough. If you haven't talked to him in a while, try again, and he might be receptive. Different people have different healing time frames. It really pisses me off when people are like, get over it, don't do that anymore, blah, blah, blah. You can't just get over it, everybody has their own time frame. So I think it's going to work out, and he'll be your best friend again. He's just dealing with some stuff, and yeah, sometimes even just having somebody there like asking you, are you okay? That makes you feel even worse. My daughter did that the other day. Are you okay? And that's when she just welled up, because she's like, am I okay? And thinking about all the shit going on with her, going just through her own traumas and such. So, yeah. I would try again, but don't give up.
This may well be something you might have answered your own little thing here, Nick. Okay, I will reach out again, because he has a son, Justin. He's autistic. So he's dealing with the grief of his sister. He's got a child on the spectrum, and it's hitting like a ton of bricks. He's probably having a really bad time of it. He's probably trying to, you have a nephew that lives with your sister. It's not 24/7. It can be quite a learning curve. He's possibly got his hands that full juggling all sorts of kinds of different things going on. So
and it's funny that he feels guilty. It's not even his fault. It's his genetic strand. Generations and generations and generations before this guy is where it started, but because he was the last one, now he feels like he's guilty of passing it on. How really could he? Really, there's no precedent for him to really feel guilty about that, except for he can know where this kid is coming from and help him out and let him know directions to go, which is kind of difficult with autistic people, because it can be overbearing for somebody just to ask you if you're okay, or try to help you, or even touch you, or hold your hand. There's so many different spectrums.
Dealing with a child that's just lost his mother is hard without them being on the spectrum in the first place. But I think they've moved to GA now, so they've got to move top of it, extra stress. Like I said, I wouldn't take it personally. It sounds like this person's got a lot on the plate going on. And like
Nothing
Tessa
to do
says,
with
you know,
you.
try and reach out in time. It's like they've got the priorities of grieving. They've got a child. It's on the spectrum. They've just moved. You've just sort of got pushed to the back of the pile, but I'm sure it's not personal.
So yeah, I'm not sure when you last reached out, but just look at that time frame and don't be overbearing or overwhelming or anything like that, because that can make somebody feel smothered and put them even deeper into their hole there. But yeah, definitely reach out again. And like we said, it's not about you, it's about the whole healing process and what he's going through, and I can understand how you feel that way. Like, I'm trying to reach out, trying to help this person, and they're just ignoring me. They won't come back, but it's just because he's got to go through his own shit, you know, his own field standard of getting past this loss. It's really hard, especially how close they were. I know they weren't born on the same date, but I feel like they felt like that, like they were twins. They were so close, like spellbound, that they were twins. So it's really, really hard for him. It's like a part of him died, and so he's trying to come back from that. Makes my heart hurt. But yeah, he'll be okay. He'll come through it, and he'll eventually respond. But give it time. Send a message. And if he responds, if not, give it another 2 or whatever weeks or months or whatever you feel is correct. Sorry, that's Hercules the Hellhound. Holy shit. That's pretty intriguing. Yeah. Well, you guys, we are at the end of our time. So, Rick, you do a lot of investigating over there. Do you have a website or anything that people can look at to catch up with you and what you're doing or what you've done?
Find me, KirkB007 on Twitter these days. I am on Facebook, but I haven't been on in years. It's probably best to get hold of me on Twitter at KirkB007. I tend to do my own experiment in these times, and if there's anything local or of this particular difficult thing, that I prefer to do private things these days. But always open.
It's
always
safer
open
that
to
way.
join in with everybody's team. Yeah, I mean, if there's a team got something on and they want an extra member to join, I'm more than happy as long as it isn't too far away.
Right.
But, yeah. So,
what about you, Mr. McDougal? Where can people find you?
Trying to make it, break it, whatever. Bake it. Do a lot of baking these days.
Fake it till you make it? What?
Bake it till I make it until I get to bake it.
Shake it till you break it? What? I don't know.
Ooh, that sounds like more fun. I'll have to try that.
Bake it, cook it, eat it, Mooney.
Well, don't you have a paranormal group on Facebook? I thought I saw that. Or no?
I got a bunch of stuff going in there, and I do a lot of little bits of artwork, and I post up stuff for ads for other people, and try to keep busy helping people out and doing stuff. But I'm not getting out of the house very much anymore. Right now, when it gets cold and dries out a little bit, it's just been so wet here, crazy wet and cold and hot, and nothing in between.
Yeah.
So until that picks up, So and the cats keep driving me crazy.
Where can our listeners find you? Are you there?
Yeah, I just had to go feed the magpies. Yeah, Facebook under this name, Robert Wade. Battleliner@gmail.com. Sometimes over on the WLFE-EV radio.com. That's a different network though, so I don't know. I'll give you can wherever.
And if he has any links that I can share with you guys, I shall back in the chat room. I'm trying to think who with us. Is Jay still here?
I think it stood up and went off that way.
Oh. Well, I just want to thank everyone for joining us this evening on We Are Paradox Media Late Night in the Rockies. Make sure you join us again. Check us out on Spreaker, YouTube, fucking so many different places. It's insane. And look us up or call us next time, 970-335-956. Guys, take care of my use. Night, night, love and light, and don't let the goose get you this evening.